I'll give you that. And we're live, basically. Hey, everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're watching the Toy Duo. I'm watching too, because otherwise there'd only be one person watching. Anyways, it's Memorial Day weekend, so we wanted to say hello and happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. And I'm sure there's people that are enjoying their really long weekend. It's going to be nice. But anyways, if you haven't known already, this is Dino from Geek Strong YouTube, and you can catch him at youtube.com/@geekstrong1. With the number 1, because
somebody claimed it, I think.
Somebody else has Geek Strong with no numbers.
Yeah. There's somebody on Facebook called Geek Strong.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you just happen to stumble upon me by accident, I am Vern. This is Ochre Studios, or youtube.com/@VernRants. I do have memberships turned on my channel, so you can join. Is I think $1.99 to become a member, and then I have exclusive videos, some emojis. Dino, you're a member, and I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting my channel. What Hulk head do you have now?
I'm one of the first, so let's see. I'll make a comment in the chat,
because I added some additional Hulk heads for duration, like if because it was like 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, 6 month, and then okay, so you're the red and green Hulk head.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering because I see red on the top left, and yeah, cool.
Yeah. Looks like Lobot is also got the same Hulk head. It's too bad that on StreamYards that stuff doesn't translate over, right? So you can see the Hulk head and stuff. And the other thing I'm disappointed is when you pop up the comments from StreamYards, you don't get the emojis that I have built in there for like the hot or not section. And I have a few different ones in there, but I do have a channel member chat, not as chat, but like a community post just for members, where I do post some additional things that I wouldn't normally post in my public one. I think the last one I posted up there was maybe a picture of me when I was like 5 riding like a Honda 50 mini bike. It was like right before I crashed or right after I crashed. Cool. I can't remember. Yeah. But anyways, this is the Toy Duo. Usually have somebody. I thought it was going to be by myself today, so I appreciate for jumping in and saving me.
Well,
I was kind of I kept cropping her out of my team picture. Like if you look at the channel logo here, I got like this Toy Duo team. These are pretty much almost all the people who have guested on there. Who I don't have is Salacious Rum, and that's I'm trying to figure out the perfect way to stick them in there. I want to do a cartoon and just have them hanging from the top, just laughing the entire time or something like that. But I've been cropping Dino out all week because he's refused to respond to my messages. See if he was coming.
I don't get like I don't think I get a notification from Twitter. I have to actually search for it.
Sure you do.
You should know what you should do. You should is get my messenger number, like my phone number, and just message me.
We could do that. You want to tell me what that is? I'll type it into my phone.
I'll tell you right now.
Anyways, if you're in the chat, please comment, ask questions. That's half the show right there, or probably 3/4 of the show, most of the show, because otherwise it'd just be 2 guys up here rambling along. We're going to talk about action figures, toys, movies, whatever. Dino's going to talk about his entire vintage action figure collection. He might get up a few times and run to the back to go grab something. If we mention it, just casually mention it, he'll go back and rumble through some boxes.
It's guaranteed to happen at least once.
Actual figure from like 1983, so that we can see it. But mostly, from my point of view, I'll probably just complain about a lot of stuff because that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's say hi to people in the chat. Of course, we got Lobot. He joined us. You got Rolando Flores. He's driving but listening. So he's driving, listening, typing.
Yeah.
And
sounds like me.
He's probably watching about 7 different live streams right now while he's driving. This is like the Toy Duo ensemble. but some are busy eating on family time, etc. Yes, most are on like a vacation and basically just told me to go pound sand. Sir Eric Brown has joined us. You can see he was in the picture too. I put him on a horse because,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Kind of like a knight, right?
I'm curious to see who is that old guy on the far right of that photo.
He's here with us. Hold on, the far right. Oh, it depends on how you're looking at the screen, right? So there's two bearded guys on either end. You can see they're flanking us. What's kind of interesting when I was drawing these, when I was drawing the faces. Yeah, that's Rick from Left Coast Graphics. You can see his shirt is kind of covered up.
His face is melting.
Yeah. So when I was drawing these faces, I realized almost everybody has a beard and a mustache except for me and Sean.
Yeah, and Sean.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of
really interesting.
I know I probably will never get a beard. I can't grow one. It's impossible.
I want just a little tiny one.
So you were shopping and you're supposed to be doing yard work right now.
Well, I did. I went grocery shopping. I went to Walmart to see what was on the pegs. And I got some crickets for the ducks and the lizard. And what else did I do? I mowed the lawn. And then I asked my wife if I could bolt out around about 2:30, 3 o'clock, if I could go on a live stream. And she said, definitely, go ahead. So thank my wife. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. Eric saying he's just lazy and hates shaving daily. I don't shave daily either. I haven't shaved for about 3 weeks. That's
really.
I get like a thick stubble, and then it just stops.
Do you have hair on your chest?
Oh, it's massive. It's like more than this.
Let's see.
No.
No, it's not that type of show.
We won't be doing that. Anyways, are you watching anything this week, or have you started watching anything new that you want to talk about? Like anything capturing your interest? Are you watching the new Arnold Schwarzenegger show on Netflix? Fubar.
What is it?
There's a new Arnold Schwarzenegger show on Netflix called Fubar.
No, I didn't even know that.
Okay, so here's what I think. So on Paramount Plus, we'll get into all the Star Wars, Marvel, all that stuff in a minute. I just want to kind of throw this up. So if you haven't seen it, Schwarzenegger has a new show. It's on Netflix. It's called Fubar. And he's like a retiring CIA special agent who, it starts off, he's on some mission and he kills a bunch of people. And then he goes home to retire. And he's got this cover where he's selling sports equipment around the world or whatever. Then you meet his daughter who's like, oh, I'm going to help them get fresh water in South America and stuff like that. And then as the story progresses, Schwarzenegger's at his retirement party. He gets the word that he has to go help some operative in South America because their cover's about to get blown. So he goes down there to infiltrate the thing to save this agent, and it's his daughter, who's actually been working undercover for the CIA for like 10 years as like a special operative too. And he never knew it. And she didn't know her dad, like her dad was an operative. So it's almost,
is it a movie or a series?
It's a series. So there's 8 episodes, and it's almost, to me, a loose premise of the True Lies, right? Where, later the wife becomes like the operative. But Paramount has made a show called True Lies, which is based on the movie. So I'm thinking that like maybe at the time this True Lies went into production, he's like, oh, that sucks. They didn't ask me to be a part of it. And then we'll just make our own thing over here on Netflix. I wonder if the writers got together and try to like fandangle that thing.
Well, couldn't they basically do the same movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, but just change the name? But instead of having his daughter, have him and his wife? Can't they do like the same thing?
I don't think so, because I think that the story premise, the storyline is probably copyrighted or owned somehow. And it would be like those guys. It would be like those guys who took that old 50s song and then just made up new lyrics for it and then just got sued. Do you know who
if they got Jamie Lee Curtis to act with him?
That would be hilarious.
That would
now that True Lies show on Paramount is based on like the movie, right? It's actually the same characters' names. It's the same premise where, his wife doesn't know, but then she becomes an operative by the end of the first episode. This thing is, it starts out where he didn't know his daughter. So through the first episode, it's okay. It wasn't like, it's got a lot of comedy in it.
Okay. I'll
So,
give it a
I
shot. I
mean,
haven't really
it's okay.
watched. I watched
figured you would.
Ant-Man.
Okay. And
I watched Ant-Man, and I thought that was so bad. It was actually worse than I was.
then you were.
People said it was bad, and I think it was even worse than what I was expecting.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We can talk about that. Let's say hi to. Okay, so Lobot saying after 15 years of shaving every day, I was like, no, it's hobo time. And then Gerard saying hello to Rolando. Brian Myers has jumped in. Hello
Hey,
there.
Brian.
Okay, so yeah, with that Ant-Man and the Wasp, I actually went and saw that in the theater, and I was super excited to see it.
Man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and to me, it was. I felt like I was watching like the cutscenes of a video game.
Yeah,
because of all the effects.
I think what is it? Spy Kids was better.
Yeah,
Had better
and
graphics.
okay, and then the problem that I had with it was, I think we talked about this last week too, was this epic end battle. I don't think it needed to have that Avengers level epic battle scene with like a massive army against a massive army. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know they needed something to keep everybody tied up so Ant-Man can go have his time to like defeat Kang or whatever. But I think it would have been better if his small team had to go defeat Kang, and it took all of them to defeat MODOK and Kang. Like if those 5 all had to participate in the defeat, it would have showed that he was much more powerful, but they needed like a group to do it. I think it would have worked better, but that's just
Isn't
me.
Kane's so powerful? Like the most powerful being that
No, but every villain has to be super powerful in a single movie, so that it would take an Avengers group to destroy him.
I just thought the acting was and the writing was kind of weak. The daughter, and I'm not trying to pick on any of the actors. I mean, they did their best, but I just didn't feel the chemistry. Like the daughter part of it wasn't the greatest either, and I don't know. It was just fell short. What I want to see Guardians though.
Yeah, I want to see that too. We were going to go last night, but then it got to be a little bit too late. Eric saying that he didn't think Ant-Man was as bad as people say. It was entertaining. It could have been better, but it could have been worse. His biggest criticism is he felt like it was just more of a setup than its own movie. And here's what I was thinking about when he's saying it's a setup over his own movie, right? It's a setup other than being an Ant-Man movie, which I kind of agree with that in a way, right? Like I was thinking about the actor, because, it looks like he may get replaced, right? And if that's the case, then do we say, okay, he gets replaced? Hold on, let's say hello to Left 4 Dead Fett. He just joined us. So if he gets replaced, it's easily explained, right? Because they just say, oh, multiverse. It's like a different person, because we saw Loki, and there's all kinds of different incarnations of the Loki. And then if we see the Fantastic Four, they're saying that that's just one version of Mr. Fantastic that we saw, and that he's not going to be playing Mr. Fantastic in the other movies, so they all look different. Then when we saw Spider-Man, there were 3 different actors playing Spider-Man, right?
So who's being replaced?
But here's the guy who plays Kang is
okay.
Got some
That's what I was
issues,
thinking, but I wasn't sure if you were talking about Ant-Man.
So here's where I think it's interesting. They have all these characters who are played by different people, like the Loki. There's a female Loki. There's an alligator Loki. There's an older Loki. There's all these different versions of Loki who are played by different actors. There are all these. We've seen 3 different versions of Spider-Man played by different actors because of the multiverse, right? But it seems like in all the worlds, Doctor Strange has been the same actor, right? Scarlet Witch has been the same actress, right? And in all the iterations of the scenes where they showed Kang, did they show any other actors being Kane in all those background shots, or was it all the same guy? You just saw it. So in that last scene where they were showing all the Kangs, were there any other actors portraying Kang in
I
that
think I fell
group scene?
asleep at that part.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting if they have to replace him and they use multiverse as an excuse after they've already basically shown us that almost every incarnation of Kang
look like
is the
him.
same. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting way they set that up, but hopefully, he can work out his
I tell
issues.
you, I don't know. Marvel hasn't been doing it for me lately, so I'm hoping,
Right.
I'm praying that Guardians is as good as people are saying it is.
Oh, I'm hoping that Guardians of the Galaxy is good. I do want to see it. So,
The last
uh,
one, well, the last Thor, I wasn't a big fan. It was kind of weak,
the
and
Thor,
yeah,
uh, that Thor had some. It was to me, it was like funny, but it was like, yeah, it was a little bit out there to me. I felt like they were trying to make him too. Um, they made try to make it more comedy. Like when I see Ant-Man, I'm expecting like comedy. When I see
yeah,
Guardians, I'm
yeah,
expecting the comedy. When I see like Thor, I'm not expecting the comedy. I might expect some humorous one-liners or something like that. If I'm watching
yeah.
Captain America, I don't expect the comedy. Can you imagine like a Captain America movie with that level of comedy in it?
No,
He's
it would just
acting
throw it right off.
5-year-old or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so yeah, I that's what it mean. That's what I mean. It's none of it's real. It's hard because it doesn't flow all the different franchises.
Oh, look, G-Force is here. I completely missed
Hey,
G-Force. Let's
G-Force.
say hello to him. He's a long-standing member also. Check out his. He's got the old man Hulk
Is
face.
he more than me?
I'd have to look back and see what
I
the
think I was
the
the very
years are.
first.
Probably one of them.
No, the first.
Anyways, so off camera, you were talking about how you're getting paid in action figures.
Yeah, and
Now a
what better way to get
sponsored.
paid?
So now you're a sponsored YouTuber. Is that how you could look at it?
I wonder. Well, I'm not. I do some of the live streams where GeForce has been a part of it. So GeForce,
Uh-huh.
let me know. Has has the live streams been somewhat entertaining looking at all the vintage figures, or would you rather see a live stream of all modern figures?
Okay, hold on. That's not what I said. Okay. So what we were saying was what I was telling you. Okay, I'm just going to say this. What I
No,
had
it's
heard, this is what I had heard, feedback that I had gotten was that one of the things people liked about like even the 3 minute monkey lizard when we did it was we talked about modern collecting, like modern figures. We didn't just spend 2 hours talking about the vintage Star Wars cloud car trooper and his ship. We were talking about Hasbro and the new Black Series figures that are coming out.
yeah,
We were talking about new Marvel Legends. So it's like a completely different thing than to spend like a week after week talking about like vintage figures this, the vintage figures that, right? Nothing wrong with vintage figures. I have plenty of them. And uh it's just that like there's a lot of people who are currently collecting that watch these live streams, and I think that they are
yeah.
also interested in what's going on. So I know that your stream has been about going through vintage figures, right? I think that's like really cool. That's what I'm trying to like segue into. You're getting paid in action figures to sort figures for somebody.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even about that at first. Um I told him anytime if you need help, because I'm all about helping out the local vintage stores. If I can walk into a store and see vintage toys on the shelves,
Uh huh.
to me that's a relaxing day. Walking into Walmarts and Targets are cool too, but I love looking at vintage.
Sure.
So I'll do
Because
my part and to help keeping these stores afloat, whether
okay,
it's
so why
trading.
does it? Why is, why is it so relaxing to you to walk into a store and look at vintage figures?
It's like going in your own toy room, like seeing things that I had as a kid and have now, or seeing things that I never had. But so I'm all about whether it's helping out in trading in a store
Right.
like that, giving them something out of my collection that I can pass on to another collector, and
Okay.
do a trade in a store like that. So
Right.
I'm all about helping with that. I would rather do that than sell it on eBay
Okay.
because I want, because I think because sometimes they're not even going to sell it quick, so I can still be part of checking, like the Razor Crest. I traded the Razor Crest in that store for other
So you can
items.
still
So
go in there and see it today.
yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
the price tag that they have on it at the moment, nobody wants to pay that kind of money. So that's
So
cool.
let me
So
ask. So let me ask you a question. Did they buy it from you and they have it on sale, or is it like a consignment deal?
no, we did a trade. So
Okay,
it's
you got the
theirs.
big gigantic Clash of the Titans thing, and they got a Razor Crest.
Well, there was a whole different trade, but yeah,
Something. Something.
the Razor Crest was the Kraken was a couple. I did a blue
Listen, I
snaggletooth.
I agree with you. When I go to Comic-Con, I love to go through those the sellers that have like the really old stuff, they're all bagged up. They're like in
Yeah.
these like cases. It's just like you got to thumb through them and stuff like that. There's something inherently like therapeutic about going and looking at the stuff that you remember seeing when you were a kid or maybe didn't have. Like to this day, I haven't found a vintage Kenner Hoth Leia that I to add to my collection. Like a good deal, right? I have asked a few people, hey, do you have one lying around you're willing to part with? But nobody has wanted to part with one. So
A Hawk
that's one
Leia?
that
She's
I
like
don't
a
have.
$10 figure, isn't she?
Yeah,
What are you
yeah,
looking
but
to get it for 8?
I want to get it for $2, dude.
Let me see if I have one.
But anyway, no, you don't have to get up. But
It's right here.
but like to me it's interesting that like when I look at my collection, the one spot figure that I don't have up there, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's such a integral character. I feel like I remember I had it. So what happened to it?
Do you need a Hawk Han?
No, I have Hoffman, I have the Rebel Soldier, I have the Rebel Commander, and I even have oh, I thought I had Rebel Luke up there. Where is he?
Do you have a Dagobah Luke?
Yeah, I have that one. I have two of those. I have the brown and the yellow hair. But what I'm saying is, I thought I
Oh,
had
nice.
Luke. I guess I don't have Hoth Luke either for some reason. I thought I did. Maybe he's still in the box. But okay, let's see. Jonathan has joined us. Let's see. A lot of saying hello. Let's see. I bet Vern cannibalized parts from his Hothland, forgot about it. What's funny is like, so just to let you guys know, I have never taken apart a vintage Star Wars figure unless it was already broken.
I've painted a bunch.
I know you have. And according to Super John, they are now worthless.
Yeah, right. It's true.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but they're not worth. I don't know. I bet I could sell my Chewbacca family that I made from the holiday special.
For how much?
I bet I could sell. I bet I could sell them for more than what Chewbacca is worth.
You think so?
Yeah. So right here.
Yeah, I told you this is twice he's went and run to
Are
go
you?
find figures.
So this is Nala, right? Are you telling me that you wouldn't pay?
I would
for
not.
that.
I would not. No, you got the wrong person on screen with you to be like saying they would run right to their computer to click on buy it now.
Do we have a bid?
Yeah. Value for Dino. And you know what? They do have value. Like I feel like I've customized figures over the years. I have customized quite a few figures. And I feel like in some of the cases, they are going to retain their value to some extent. I think in like 10 years, I also think like in 10 years or something, if I threw this up on like say eBay, I think somebody would pay me more than $20 for this.
I don't think anybody would know who that is in 20 years.
Yeah, people will know, but I'm saying like somebody who's looking for one would probably say, "Oh, I pay more than 20. I don't know how much they pay, but like maybe 30 or $40, and it's worth more than the Luke Skywalker that I got." Let's see, any furries out there?
So to go back to helping out local stores,
Yes.
mom and pops
So,
is so a while back, I think over a year ago, I went to the mall, and in the mall they had this vintage toy shop, and in that shop was a lot of cool stuff. And I, you make friends with the shop owners, especially when you have a
I
lot
don't.
in
I
common
don't.
about stuff like that. So I'm pretty social,
I'm not
so I
that
don't mind.
friendly.
So they actually that's the shop they have the sail barge there for sale. So
Oh,
anyways,
really?
I went back
How much are they asking
and
for that?
they're asking well they have it on they're asking 3, but they had it on sale for 24.
What would they take from you since you guys are pals?
Well, I believe it's her son, so they're it's his pretty much to sell.
Okay, that
But
makes sense. So what are
you
you
know,
doing for them right now that would earn you action figure payment?
so they bought a lot of different things from from one person, including
Okay.
like the Indiana Jones figures. So these are all packaged up. So this is just you go online, you figure out what they're going for, and you put them on a peg. But what happens if you get a bin of loose figures? You don't really know who they are, and they got bags and bags of weapons and accessories.
And so you're
So
sorting them out, putting the
yeah,
weapons with the figure because these people who own a toy store are
be
not
nice
familiar
now. Be nice. Be nice.
with
Be,
toys.
so they don't. She doesn't know. She doesn't
I
know
get it. I
all
couldn't
the.
even identify one of the ones that you showed me, so I couldn't
So
identify that.
we went through. If you watched the live stream, it was me, Super John, G Force was
Who could I
there. A bunch of other people were in the chat. So there was so many figures that we had no idea who they were. So we
okay.
had to use Google.
So I got a question, right? So like out of that box or out of the ones you guys identified, were you keeping track of who was able to, from memory, identify the most figures?
Um, let's see. I think if Gary's Grail stayed on long enough, he was in the
Uh-huh.
chat. He was naming some characters that we didn't even know. So I'm wondering,
Okay.
G-Force, would you agree?
He's
Do you
saying,
think?
yeah, he's saying the SAGs is pointing Dino in the right direction to identify this. So what he's saying, what I'm getting from that is Super John is basically saying, I think that was a Batman series figure from the 80s, like
So yeah, I would
21.
definitely Super John
Or was he
out of
saying
me.
like, or was he going like this, Dino, turn around, look to your right, there it is.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Super John knew quite a bit of the figures, and I knew I
Very
know
knowledgeable.
like the basics. I know like Cable. I know the traditional X-Men and
Sure.
Apocalypse and all that. But when it comes to
Okay.
some of these, I didn't read
Let's
comics as a
pick
kid.
up that Spider-Man one and we're gonna do a test. That one, the silver one.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he's already been shown on my stream, so
Oh,
most
that's
of these
okay.
people watch my.
All right.
Oh,
Who
maybe he hasn't.
remembers? But the thing is, it was on your stream. You can't even remember what his name is.
He wasn't actually on my stream. Now that we haven't gotten up to this part yet, we've
Okay.
only done X-Men. So this is
So
Spider-Man.
who is this figure? It's a Spider-Man figure. Who is it? Is it is it some sort of robotic version of the Goblin?
No,
Is
it's
it
it's
like
like it's Alien, man. For sure they got this from the movie Alien.
Alien? Aliens? Yeah, okay. All right. So let's see. Nobody here knows. Let's see. I watched the two streams after and I was like never heard of that one or that one somewhere quite obscure. Yeah, like check this out. I get lost sometimes and for the life of me, I can't remember who this guy is.
Yeah.
I know he's something and I think that they just made a new version of him. You got me? I don't know anybody.
Is that what year is that? Is that 90s or 2000?
It's a legend. So hold on.
Is it?
You're asking. I didn't bring my glasses. I'm gonna use my camera. I'm gonna zoom in on the foot. See if I can see
I
the
think
date.
yeah, because he's got stomach crunch. Spider Slayer, Jonathan. Nice job, Jonathan.
This is a
That's what it is,
2012.
Spider Slayer.
Okay, Spider Slayer.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. It's not Star Wars. I'm clueless.
So
Hyperion.
would you
Okay, yeah,
would you be
Hyperion.
excited? Would you be
Hyperion. Would
excited if
I?
Marvel Legends made this?
No, not Spider Slayer. Is that right? Do you remember that, or is
Yeah,
that
it is. It
'cause
is.
it's got a
It
question
sounds.
mark on there.
Yeah, I think it's right. I think he's right. It sounds
All right,
familiar.
so I got a question for you. Since you're
For
Mr.
who?
like vintage figure, you got a lot of vintage figures back there. So I got a question. My favorite vintage Star Wars figure is the Scout Trooper. And the reason is the helmet. I think it's awesome. I thought like watching them on the speeder bikes was like fantastic. I think the helmet's super cool, right? Just the shape of it, the design, it reminded me so much of Robotech. So, what's your favorite vintage Star Wars figure?
As far as like troopers, I'm definitely
No, no,
gonna
no,
go
no.
with.
Overall, your
No, I'm
favorite
gonna
vintage
go
Star
with
Wars.
troopers for the moment right here. So my favorite trooper is the AT-AT driver by
Okay,
far.
I like that one too. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that one. And as I'm not a the Scout Trooper's okay, but he's definitely not in the top,
yeah. He's
three.
my top, my number one.
My, I like, I've always been a fan of, believe it or not, like the band, the
The Cantina Band.
Jabba's band. I like the
Oh,
sculpts on those,
okay. The not the modal
not the
nodes,
new one.
but the
Yeah,
um,
size Snoodles and Max
the
Rebo.
blue guy and okay. So
But my
those are your favorite.
overall favorite, my
Uh-huh.
overall favorite is Hammerhead.
Okay. You know what I was trying to do, right?
Yeah,
I was trying to
no,
get you
not
to
really.
say something other than what you told Rick on Left Coast Graphics because you
Oh,
had told him
yeah,
Hammer.
yeah.
So I
But
was like gonna
yeah,
I was gonna get
I,
you.
well, I had to go with because when Brett Brett on Fett did his
Uh-huh.
40th, he
Okay.
asked a bunch of people who was their favorite Return of the Jedi figure from the
Uh-huh.
vintage line, and mine was
I don't
Slice Noodles.
all right.
He
I
didn't
don't know
ask
who that
you.
is, but I'll have to check out. What?
You don't know Brett on Fett?
No.
It's amazing to me with this community that same as me. Like John will mention somebody, and I'm like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah,
It's like
I don't
we all
know.
belong to like a a circle, but that circle has so many different veins
Yeah,
off of that circle.
I don't know who that is. I don't think he's ever come by my channel or he's never popped up anywhere or anything like that. So
I
um
think I saw him on a I think what was he? I think maybe he was on Salacious or
I have no
no,
idea.
I think it was Junkman. I think him and Junkman did something together. I
Oh,
think that's what
yeah.
it was.
Yeah, he does. That guy ran some ridiculous long live stream like a week ago. I'm not saying anything, but I mean, like it went on, and there was like I watched a little bit. I was like, oh, so it's just playing commercials or something like that. I was like, so nobody's
Yeah.
talking. It's kind of fun, weird. Is
Yeah.
there
Sometimes
something to like doing like a continuous like 5-day stream or something like that? If like you're just gonna play like commercials or something, do you get anything out of it?
I don't know. As Rum when he did the 24-hour
Oh
staring
yeah.
contest.
Maybe I'll mention that. Maybe I'll mention it.
Dude,
Okay,
Rum
so
could fall asleep when he did that.
Jonathan saying the Royal Guard is his number one vintage. Can anyone guess
Really?
my favorite Kenner figure? This is Brian Myers asking. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it's the original Darth Vader with telescoping lightsaber, or my second guess would be maybe the Y-wing pilot.
I think it was
And
the
then
A-Wing pilot, was it?
my third guess would
The
be like
B-Wing.
the X-wing Luke Skywalker.
Definitely not Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
that's real low. Brian could be one of. So I'm curious to know, does everybody else have a favorite figure? Vern, is that red and yellow figure is Hyperion? Yes, thank you, Jonathan. Got it.
See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why
Yeah.
it's kind of fun to go through figures and then people can guess because who would have guessed that? G-Force.
Right. Well, that guy's an action figure collector.
I think we all are, aren't we? But there's so many different, you know.
It's
Look at
good to
this.
get a second opinion, though. Yeah.
Look at how cool this Iron Man is. This is I think these are the
I
superhero line.
uh-huh.
Look at how cool that
Oh
guy
wait,
is.
I've never seen that. Hold on. Oh, okay.
And he's got,
Are
look
those
at
from
this.
the 99 cent store or something?
Yeah, look at this.
Where's that
Give me a
from?
look. These are superheroes. The superhero line. I think it was Toy Biz Superheroes.
Oh, okay. Jonathan saying that he won the staring contest, and he said proof is on his channel. Oh yeah, look, Robert Downey Jr. is under the helmet.
Yeah, no, that's not. That's old school Iron
Tony
Man
Stark. Yeah.
right there, man.
So Jonathan, Rum refused to allow me to participate in the staring contest. I asked like multiple times, and he refused to take me on. It's true.
Well, you don't have eyelids, from what I heard. Somebody said that you had them removed.
Yeah, there's
just
all
for that
kinds of
contest.
rumors. I have fake hair. I have this. I got eyelid issues. Whatever.
Do you have one of these Hulks? I know you have a huge Hulk collection, but do you have this Hulk?
Huge. I got like 6 Hulks. I don't think so. Does that guy glow in the dark?
No, but look at that. He's got like, he can do this and lift his arms. Look at how
Oh,
cool
wow.
that is. So you can pull this out and it. See, this is
You better
So,
hope that
Vern,
never
look-
breaks.
that's weird because on my camera, it's almost like he's got blue pants.
Yeah, it's
But
purple.
in real life, what I'm looking at, it's purple.
I can see purple.
I mean, strong purple. Is that
Yes.
strong purple to you?
Yes.
Maybe it's my laptop, huh?
It's your screen's probably got some sort of filter. It's probably dying.
It's a brand new. The computer's pretty new.
It might just be like the way that the screen is set up. You know how like when you got your TV and if you open it up, it's not
maybe.
as bright as it was in the store because it's not on like display mode or whatever. Yeah, that's
But
pretty cool.
Vern,
I like that
this
whole
figure's on sale if you're interested. I can cut you a deal. I know the owner.
owner. Oh yeah. Do you have one of these?
Yeah, I still have mine in package.
Yeah. This
So
is
I have the green version.
This is probably. Oh, I don't have the green version. You want to send it to me?
Yeah, let me grab it.
Okay. All right. You just heard him here. He's going to send it to me. He said, "Yeah, he wants to send it to me."
Oh, it's right there.
Let's see. We ever seen Jonathan's face? How can we say he won the staring contest? He would not even take me on. I have that Hulk on my desk, Dino. Oh yeah. So you're going to send that to me?
No.
You said yes before you got up. Yeah, that was my childhood Hulk. See, everybody heard you.
That one?
Everyone heard that you were going to send it to me. Yeah. You want to trade?
I have that one on card too.
See, we heard no answer. Mod Extra Games. This looks like I hopped in to find some of mine bigger than yours going on.
Yeah. Do you have this thing, Vern?
I don't have that one, Dino.
That's cool.
But do you have this one?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I guess the battery's dying. But he goes,
You won't like me when I'm angry. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have this one on card. This one I won on John's live stream auction he had.
Oh, that one's a really good one. I used to have that, but I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, I have that version, and I also have it's over here somewhere.
Let's see. Having a face was not part of the rum contest rules.
I don't know where
Mr. B has joined us also.
Hey, B.
Hold on. Mod Extra Games is asking if he has missed the hot or not. No, we still have yet to go through those action figures.
We
There will be
haven't
no
accomplished
vintage figures.
anything today.
There will be no vintage figures in the hot or not section.
You
What'd you
know?
say?
I said we haven't accomplished anything today on this stream.
Yeah, we have. We were talking about Fubar, the new Arnold Schwarzenegger show. We talked about how that was almost a ripoff or a sequel to like The True Lies, which is on Paramount. I was going to tell you about the show Silo if you're not watching it on Apple TV Plus. I think it's like
I don't have
really
Apple
good
TV, but
sci-fi.
everyone's saying it's good.
Don't bother watching Shazam Fury of the Gods on Max. You can just skip it. It is worse than Ant-Man.
No. Is it on? It's on Max? I didn't know it was on already.
Yeah, it popped up midweek. I waited till yesterday to watch it, and I was like, oh my gosh, why did I do it?
It is better. It is worse than Ant-Man?
In a way. I wish I afterwards I was like, I should have just watched Ant-Man again.
Take me off full screen because this is a mess. Look at what I have to get. So this
I know.
look, this whole table is all the weapons I have to go through to match up with all those figures.
Oh, you know what this is? This is the tiniest violin.
Do you see what I'm building here? Look see this right here?
No.
This foam here where my finger is.
You just made me take you off the screen. How is anybody supposed to see it now?
Right here.
I see it. Here. Okay.
So I'm gonna build a diorama Sarlacc pit.
Oh, good. Oh, okay, good. All right.
Yeah. That's it. I could use a sandbox, I guess.
Thanks for letting us know.
But I don't.
How are you going to do this? So let me ask you a question. Are you going to just like cut a hole in it and then do some different stuff and then make it look like sand? Or are you going to put glue and then put sand on it and then shake off the loose sand like they do when they reflop the heads and stuff like that?
I think what I'm going to do is just paint that, because if you go to Tatooine, I've been a few times, the sand is smooth.
All right, let's see. Gap is saying don't contain your excitement. Okay, here. Can I give you because we used to do that points of articulation. I don't know what happened to that show. It was your turn to host. You stopped hosting, and the show just kind of went away.
You said you didn't. You said you didn't want to do it anymore.
That's not true. I said, can we look for a different day?
Yeah. I said, how about Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern time?
I said,
and you
perfect.
said,
I said, absolutely 100% perfect. I do it. Let's do it. Let's get GeForce to come on next week. You could come back. Talk to Dan. I've sent him a couple messages. See if we can get Dan to come yesterday. I'll message Josh and see if we can do a points of articulation episode.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'll do that sometime.
Yeah. So, anyways, can I give you?
Dan says hi to everyone. By the way, I talked to him and he's doing good. He's been busy because of his mom passed away a bit ago, so he has to go through all the furniture and all the stuff. So, but he's doing good, and hopefully he'll come back when life settles down. I know everyone misses him, but he just wanted me to tell everyone that he says hi and that he's doing good.
All right. I want to give you. I'll tell you what I would do for sand.
Yeah, please do.
Paper, sandpaper. I would
I was thinking the same thing.
I would go find like that tan, grittiest sandpaper I could, and I would build the base out of that. Or they have that paint now, that spray paint that looks like rocks or whatever. That's like a texture, and you ever seen it where it looks like you can make it look like stone or something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that, but like a sand one.
Okay. Yeah. So because I want to make it so, because the Sarlacc pit doesn't just end like this, because I have the doll, the figure of the Sarlacc pit. So I got to make it so it sinks in, because the Sarlacc pit actually goes deep in. So I had to buy 2 to try to give it thickness and stuff.
Me too, GeForce. They stopped sending me the links also.
I thought everybody was like, every time we did it, Vern's like, I didn't create anything this week because I've just been so busy. So I'm like, what is points of articulation if not everyone's going to participate?
Well, And then it was Dino's turn to host, and he said,
It
forget
was.
it. And then he just sent out a message saying points of articulation is permanently canceled.
Who's the what's the name of the ratings? See, the ratings dropped, so it got canceled. I
The
tried to
Nielsen
go up a
rating.
renewal, but they wouldn't let me do a renewal.
Yeah. So I did put like a post in the chat because I had been talking to Left Coast Graphics, and he used to do a stream at like 10 a.m. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do the Toy Duo at 10. But he is no longer really doing a stream every week. So I put up a poll asking if anybody would be interested in, this show switching to the 10 a.m. And obviously, I'm going to end the poll now. 13 votes and 62% said no. So people, I guess this time works for some people. So I guess we'll just keep it at
So
this
what
time.
time is 10 a.m. Pacific?
1
So
o'clock?
what time
1
is it
o'clock.
for Eastern?
Oh, it's 10 o'clock Pacific, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 o'clock on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah, 1 o'clock's tough too.
Yeah,
I'm
see, and
more
that
early.
was always
If you could do it, I'm more of a like 7 o'clock on a Saturday is probably more for me easier.
Well,
See, 3
but hold
o'clock
on.
is.
But think about what you're saying, right? This was the problem with that other stream. We originally used to do 5 o'clock on the
Eastern
West
time.
Coast, on the West Coast, and it was 8 o'clock on the East Coast, and it was like midnight or something like that, or 2 o'clock in the morning in the UK. But then we started doing, I think, 2 p.m., which is like really like a horrible time in a way, right? Like, so I understood when you said, hey, it's in the middle of the day. I totally get it, because that's where I was for all those years, or the couple of years that we did that stream. Is like, it was the middle of the day. Like, I would stop doing what I'm doing. So for me, this works out a little bit, because, I can before and after, you know what I mean, right? Like,
Yeah, no. So what time is it for you when you start? So 3 o'clock is what
noon.
time is it? Noon.
Noon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nielsen ratings. And then let's see,
the
Gap is
Nielsen
plus articulation with Vern at 10 a.m. Oh, that would work. We could do 10 for points of
1 o'clock.
articulation, and then just run right into the Toy Duo at noon.
Man, your wife's not going to let you stream for that long.
And you would be on from like noon, from 1 o'clock to like 5.
Who, me? Yeah. On a
It's
Saturday?
nearly 9 in the
That'd be rough.
UK.
A lot of times I work on Saturdays too. So if I work on Saturday, I don't get home until like 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, because I had thought about like if I should just stream in the evening, right? But if I do something like even at 7, 8 o'clock at night, it's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, which I guess people would tune in for that. But then if I wanted to catch any like UK or Europe or whatever, it's going to be like 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning or whatever it is, right? So
that's not too bad.
I mean,
6 in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning UK time is probably good.
You think so? You think people get up just to watch YouTube at 6 in the morning? 6 in the morning?
Well, sometimes if they're making breakfast and just chilling out, just have it on in the background. That's what I do when I'm preparing food.
I used to try to post all of my short videos at like 4 in the morning. And the reason is because when I first started putting short videos up, the biggest percentage of my audience was out of India. And that was like prime time for India. And I was getting a huge amount of viewers from that part of the world. So I used to time them to go off in the morning so they would get their best run. But they have since changed the analytics on that.
Oh, really?
But yeah, but if anybody out here is on YouTube and you guys are thinking about growing your channel or whatever, have you guys checked out this vidIQ? Have you ever seen any other?
You got to pay for it, right?
Well, there is a non-paid, but there is a paid version.
I do the regular version. Like they'll send me like achievements and things like that.
Yeah, so you can. I have a link in my whatever that link page that I have,
Bio.
the link tree. But the thing is with that vidIQ, if you watch their videos, teach you stuff about naming your video or whatever. A lot of them hasn't really worked for me that well, but like it makes sense everything they're saying. And part of the problem with a channel like this is like what we were talking about earlier, right? Like some people are modern collectors, some people are vintage collectors, but collecting as a whole is kind of like its own like little world within all of the ideas that videos can be out there. So you're only capturing like a small portion of the people who are out surfing YouTube, right? And then there's a lot of content creators that are putting content out. So you're having to share the smaller section with a greater number of content creators in a way, right?
Yeah.
A greater number of YouTubers. So, and when you watch videos pop up, it's really hard to like come out with like like a review, because it's just time to whether or not you got that figure early on or later. If you are doing a review on a figure that's been out for like a year, you're not really hitting any major milestones with that, right? And then to get your video recommended, you know what I mean? Like my Indiana Jones adventure series actually got better views than some of my other videos because I was able to get the Indiana Jones figure earlier on. But now it's kind of like even playing field where people are getting figures regularly, except if they're like ordering. Yeah, like that one right there. I wish I could find that. I would probably review it really quick just to see what
I'm
happens.
trying to help your channel right now. I figure if I leave this up, you can
No,
put
that
that in
short
the
round's not
title.
going to do anything. People want to see that his arm moves like this. They want to see the 5 points of articulation, right? They want to see that the head turns left and right.
Well, I bought
my kids are still around. I can go with the tele computer. Yeah. A niche.
I bought two, one
a
open.
niche and a niche. Yeah. So I think like, one of the things like with like you guys, like you and G-Force and stuff, you guys do these toy hunts and stuff like that. Those are all very unique because every store experience is different, right? Like I like to watch them because I can't believe the stuff you guys got on the shelves where you live. Because when I go, it's like nothing. When you go into that NECA section and it's fully loaded, and I go to my Target and I'm like wondering why nothing's there. And then I talked to the guy and he says, "Oh yeah, our NECA rep just doesn't show up anymore. So we're not accepting deliveries from NECA." Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, that explains why, the only thing up there is Predator from like a year ago."
So let me ask you one thing. Let me ask you one thing.
Yes.
Would you be interested in being a NEC rep for that store?
No, I couldn't do it. I don't have the time.
No,
I have a different job.
I offered there's a woman that goes in and she said she's so busy. I said, I'd be more than happy to stop in after work a few times a week and stock the shelves and do that. I would do that for a job, stop at like that Target or maybe a couple of Targets in my local area. I would do that for a couple of hours a week. Just to,
I mean, if it was literally like something that you could do like that, like it was like a 2-hour thing, like after work or something like that, I probably could get away with it. But like for the most part, no, not really. I mean, like I have a different job, right? Like I never talk about my regular work, but I have a job that occupies like 90% of my work time. You know what I mean? This is, and that is what I have to be focused on. Right. And it's not predictive, that the work that I do. So sometimes I can potentially have to work more just without knowing. So I couldn't make that commitment to like,
but just like a NEC rep, they don't show up.
Just not show up. Yeah.
That's the thing is you could go in on a Sunday for a couple of hours and that's your day. That's your day you go in. It doesn't have to be a specific day. And they pay probably like $8 an hour. So
$8 not out here, and I have to pay much more because the minimum wage in California is like $19 an hour or something like that.
But what's good about it is you get first dibs.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I want that. I want that. Yeah, my NEC rep is real good.
This is my brother. I missed him. He's
Oh,
He's got a YouTube. He's been doing like the rides and stuff at Disney World.
oh,
So
cool.
he's been filming them. Then he's
I'm
also
waiting
on.
for those Tron figures to be sent.
Yeah.
I need
Well,
some.
did you contact him on Instagram? He's on he's
No.
Galactic Wheel on Instagram. You can hit him up and he can help you out probably.
Oh,
But
cool.
anyways, like he's texting me at like 6 in the morning. It's 9 o'clock for him because he's in Florida, but he's texting me at 6 in the morning. Hey, are you interested in this dark saber? Hey, you interested in this? Because
Well,
they're all on
yeah.
sale and I'm sleeping. And I'm sleeping.
What
That's why I
time
was
do you
saying today.
wake up then? See, I'm up at
What?
4:30. The ducks are quacking at 4:30 to wake me up.
Well, not on Saturday, dude.
Well, the
Right?
ducks wake
I'm
up.
well, yeah, well,
Buy
you live
yourself
on a
some ducks. Get
you
some
live on a
ducks,
farm.
and
Well,
then that's your
I
alarm.
used to have chickens. I used to have like 15 chickens and a couple of roosters, but I don't live out rural anymore. I'm not
Yeah,
on Green Acres anymore.
yeah.
All right.
You don't have a pitchfork with you?
No, dude.
So G-Force says I am very good at picking things up. That is true. I have actually sent G-Force. I've sent a few people things. I'm just not the fastest at shipping it out to people. I still have a
Well,
box
that's
from
okay.
like
You're still
December
faster
for
than
Rick.
somebody else at shipping stuff.
What? Oh
You're
yeah,
still
yeah.
faster than somebody else in shipping stuff, right?
I picked up
So you've
the
actually
scare.
picked stuff up and shipped to people?
What's that?
You've actually shipped stuff to people?
I have, yeah.
Oh,
But
well,
they pay me.
let me go check my mailbox.
They pay me. Like G-Force says, "Hey, can you pick these up for me?" So I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah, I don't mind picking up stuff, but I can't. I got a wife, kids, and all that. I can't afford to buy toys for everybody else too. So I'll be more than happy to pick stuff up.
What?
I just can't
You
pay for it all. I wish I
when you
could.
pull
I would love to gift
but you
everyone.
pull that red curtain once a week, and how much do you charge for the puppet show you do on the other side of that red curtain
Yeah,
back there?
like that. That's the puppet show for the Noids up there.
The puppet show? Yeah. It's the puppet show. All right. Let's see.
And you live in California. How much would it ship? Like a short round is like what, $11? It would probably cost me $15 to ship it to you. Then you get a
It's still cheaper than the
$26.
$27 that Target's charging out here.
Yeah. I've messaged you a couple of times and asked if you wanted
Let me
what was it?
check.
You were
Let me
looking for The Last of Us, remember?
Yeah, I was.
Did you ever find them?
No. And the
Really?
message that I got here is, "Here's the UPC you asked for."
Oh, well, that was one time too. You wanted to scan it in your store.
Yeah, because I wanted to see if they had it, and of course, like, it comes up, not item not found.
I
So they
actually
must use it for that.
I screenshotted that from my video. See, if you watch my videos, you would actually see that you could have grabbed the
I
barcode.
tried, it was so blurry. I don't know. You gotta I think you should upgrade from the iPhone 4 to at least an iPhone 5.
I do Samsung. I don't have iPhone. I do Samsung.
All right, so you got to get rid of that Galaxy Quest Phone 1. Look, GeForce is asking if I was always this intolerable. And then he laughs like he's not, like he's joking.
Yeah, right.
They got that new commercial. They got the new commercial on that says, the guy goes, "Have you ever noticed that when you say, when somebody says, God, never mind. I can't remember. My brain is gone."
Yeah.
But he's like, that old saying where it's like you say, "Bless your heart," and you can say whatever you want. He's basically saying like, he goes, when you say no, no offense, everything you say before it was offensive.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on.
Disclaimer.
It was the original Starboy X. Well, he knew. Oh, that's my brother throwing me under the bus. So I'll show you my newest Goodwill finds. $5 a piece.
You overpaid.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. Well, we'll see if I open them and the Build-A-Figure parts are not in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a problem.
I told you I bought the bunker and the guy wasn't in there.
Yeah. Did you take it back?
Yeah. Well, what I had to do, see, what happened was I went to Target and they had you know, how they have the Target circle. So they run specials. If you spend $70, you get $10 off.
Yeah, I have
So
that
I'm
one
like,
right now.
yeah. So I'm like, perfect. I'll buy up to 70. So in my eyes, I'm paying $45 for the bunker instead of 55. So that's cool. So
Which is not true because you had to buy $20 more worth of stuff. But
yeah, but I was already gonna get that other figure. You know what I mean?
okay, yeah.
So
I tried to use that logic with the Indiana Jones
yeah.
stuff, and then somebody basically pointed out my math was wrong. I don't want to point out your math is wrong, so whoever it was that pointed out my math is wrong can just point it out
So I
again,
ended up
and I don't have to do it.
so because I couldn't return that. If I returned it, they would only give me the 40 whatever. You know what I mean? I would lose that coupon. So I had to buy it at another Target, open it up. I opened it up in the store after I purchased it, and the figure was in there. So now I got to use that receipt to return the other one.
Oh, I see. And then
You
they're
know
going
what
to
I mean?
say,
Just so I can
they're going to pull the
lose.
video of you opening it in the store, and they're going to say,
Yeah.
nope, because it was in there when you bought it. So
Yeah, nobody watches my
we
channel.
got video.
Even
We got
you.
video of
Even
you. What?
I said
I would
nobody
never do
watches
that.
my videos anyway, so that's not true. I think Lobot went through them all. He was making comments on videos like some of my earliest videos. So thank you, Lobot.
Is this commercial free? I think because we're talking about Target and stuff like that. Or
Yeah.
are you getting a mid roll credits? I think that should be turned off. Nobody should be doing that. Anyways, if you guys are watching the show, if you hit the thumbs up button, I would appreciate it. It would help my analytics and with future draws to the
Does
channel.
it really though?
Yeah, well, everybody says it, so I think it must be true.
Yeah, we only have 4 likes at the time right now, so now you got 5 because I just liked it. But
you're super nice.
Yeah, whenever I watch a live stream, right when it starts, it goes to a commercial. Like we have to.
Oh, that's different because I have that set up to that's the pre-ad thing. Yeah,
I hate that because by the time I skip through it, you guys are already in conversation.
But that's why I do the countdown to try to defeat that.
Yeah.
Right. Like the
I don't
countdown.
think mine has that, right?
I think you have ads too, even though you're not getting paid for them yet. So how far away are you? I saw your picture. You're about 500 hours away now.
Yeah, a little bit less than 500 hours. I think I'm like 480. So
then you have. So part of the problem was last week in the afternoon. You were going to come on the show last week, by the way, and then you just never showed up. But then later,
you never sent me a link.
I did. Later in the afternoon,
you
yeah. Hold on. I'll go to.
I don't remember seeing a link. So I'm at 3,539 watch hours.
All right, let's see. So on May 20th, which was last week, at 10:30 a.m.
Well, I was out of the house by then.
Yeah, and then you streamed later. Yeah, so then later you streamed, but I didn't get a notification for some reason. So did you post a whole bunch of videos that day?
What's that?
Did you post any shorts or anything within the previous 24 hours?
I don't know. What?
Yeah,
because the 20th?
Yeah, so supposedly it only sends notifications like 3 times to like your subscribers or whatever, the people who are. So I didn't get a notification that you were streaming. Otherwise, I could have watched and helped you get at least 2 hours towards your 500.
Nice.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is true. Like it is interesting though. What Eric's saying here is here's what's interesting. I pre-ordered the Dungeons and Dragons, and they had that like 25 off 100 or whatever. And I ended up using that because it was over, and then I ended up canceling them because I found them in store, but I still got the percentage off the ones that I had, the same percentage. For some reason, the online let me keep the discount on the ones that I kept for my order. But in store, they take it away. Yeah, in store they take it away.
No kidding. So are you going to pick up the new? You got to finish the rest of the kids, right?
Mr. B's grandkids. What? Yeah, I'm going to get the rest of them.
Yeah, me too.
You have to complete the set, right?
Mine didn't break. Mine didn't break. So lucky with that. But are you going to do the long game, or are you just going to pay full price?
We'll see when we get there. Like if they
I'm
were out
worried
today,
that they're not going to have enough. You know what I mean? Because the first run was clearanced out, so I'm
I
wondering
don't
if
think
they're
you
not
have to worry about that. I think that there's going to be enough people still hanging out, waiting for, and they're going to be available everywhere. They're not Target exclusives, so that's the benefit, right?
unless they come out with the dragon.
Yeah. Well,
Target
I had a
exclusive.
HasLab dragon that I was working on, but I didn't get any backers.
I sent in the 99 cents.
Yeah. Anyways, GeForce is 15 away from 700. So if you guys haven't
700 subscribers or
yeah, I think so.
watchers.
So let's get over there and
Yeah.
take care of business. Did Vern not invite someone to his stream?
GeForce, do you do shorts? Shorts help, not only with your numbers, but people that watch shorts sometimes come and watch your full videos, because we're in a small circle here, so it's hard to get pushed out. But shorts really push. You know, you get pushed out in the
14
algorithm,
away.
or whatever you want to say.
Nice.
Well, I get a lot of subscribers from doing shorts, and they come over and they do watch my videos. They make comments on some of my stuff too.
What kind of comments?
I had people say, I had one person, and it was good. I sent a message to Super John because it made my day. Somebody said they love watching my videos. They don't collect toys, but they really like watching my videos. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's people. It's a very interesting thing, right? Like people who don't collect, who are still watching it, was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. Like I got this.
They enjoy watching my videos, not just that one. Like a lot of my videos.
So I got this ghillie suit from Gridiron Studios.
It looks like Rick. Isn't that Rick's beard? What'd you use?
No,
some of Rick's beard.
It's Recon. Yeah, maybe. No, because this is not gray. But anyways, I had a comment on there from somebody who probably doesn't collect or anything like that, and I think he said, "Oh, that's a cool mini person" or something like that. Which I thought was kind of interesting the way he put it, but it was kind of different. I can't remember which.
I'll help you out with. G doesn't know how to do put out a short.
I have not figured out how to put my IG reels onto YouTube. Can you download them? Can you download your reels? Because on TikTok you can download your reels.
So but you know YouTube, on YouTube, all you have to do is take a video on your phone, and then there you can upload that specific video. You don't even have to edit it.
Hold on. So this is true. GeForce, do you have any videos from your hunts where like something kind of funny or interesting happens that you think would be a good highlight, right? Because then what you could do is you could just open up the video. I'll just do one of mine so I don't like say
but they have to be this way, right?
Pull up this video, right? And then see this button that says remix. You just hit remix, and then it comes up with this and it says edit into short. You click edit into short, and now you have your video and it's framed, and you can move this around so you can get whatever in the frame. And then you just move this slider to a portion of the video that you want to turn into a short, and you can make it that length.
Yeah.
And then you click next, and then it will make a clip of your existing video into a short. And then it will link back to your channel because it'll say made from at and have your little logo. It's the easiest way to make like a short from an existing video that you have, which is kind of like a cool way to sort of advertise the longer video also.
No, you should make a mix of all the kids crying in the background. This is a typical toy hunt at Walmarts and Targets, and it's just like kids screaming and crying.
I think that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. All right.
How many times have how many times I've had to like remove a clip and restart because somebody's like talking or whatever, you know what I mean?
You should just leave it in there. And then just talk louder when you're filming. Yeah. And then just go, I'm trying to make sure you guys can hear me over these people in here.
Who invited kids in the toy department? Right?
This is true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that would be
Anyways,
funny.
we're going to start this. This is the hot or not section. If you're a member of the channel, you got exclusive emojis, which is like some sort of flame and some ice. And then you got some lava for the extra hot parts of the hot or not section. And if you are not a member, then apparently there is a flame emoji already. There's probably an ice cube emoji already. And there's probably a volcano emoji somewhere. But anyways, they're not going to show up on the StreamYards, which is unfortunate. But we're going to talk about some of the reveals. And you can see we got the West Coast Avengers in there this week. And then I might have something to say about those West Coast Avengers, actually, because it's like a multi-pack that's coming up. And if you remember a few years ago when the Tigra figure came out, I was talking about West Coast Avengers back then. And so it's interesting that this pack is coming out now. All right.
Sorry, I'm texting.
Let's see. That's okay. I'm going to went to Target today and there was a kid crying outside while I was filming the intro.
So let me tell you something, what I'm texting. So the store, her name's Valerie, right? She owns Full Moon. Well, she runs, it's her store. Her and another guy, they split the, the store. They both sell different things. But anyways, Valerie just purchased the Genosis Arena in the box. And she just sent me a photo of it because she has like a big sandbox where she displays like Tatooine. And she just sent a photo of it set up. And I had to text her because she has Padme fighting the Claw guy, which Padme wasn't fighting. She was fighting the cat, or whatever you want to call that.
Sure.
So I'm just texting, the wrong people are fighting the wrong creatures. But so like there is a scene right there.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. So she's got that set up at the store.
Yeah, it was brand new in the box, and
she just devalued it by opening the box.
Yeah, but she doesn't. People buy it anyways because when it's set up like that, that's an instant. You can't really see it too well, but that's people love seeing that. You see?
All right. Yeah, except for when you got people like Rick opening up a $5 Marvel Legends retro figure and then somebody commenting that you just devalued that figure. Can you imagine the conversation that's happening in that store? Wait a minute, this was new in the box when you got it and you opened it?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of Epic Hack skeleton figures? I recently got to. Yeah, actually, Sean has a couple of those that he did a review on. I think they're really cool. I almost picked up the Comic-Con exclusive ones that they had there. I think they would be really cool to do like stop motion, especially if I had like a Sinbad figure or a Jason the Argonauts or something would be super cool, right? Or even a 6-inch Clash of the Titans would look fantastic.
I have a Cyclops. I have a Cyclops figure from Hercules, the animated movie.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do the reveals. All right. So this is the Mezco 112 Destro. I know you're not a G.I. Joe collector, are you? That's why you're going to be like texting away?
Yeah. So you guys can go on.
Gee whiz. Uninterested.
No, I'm actually I'm going on your channel right now, and I'm going to participate in this hot or not challenge thing.
Okay, I think this is actually really cool. I'm not a 112 collector, but I think they look really cool, and it's kind of interesting to me though that Destro is going to come out in a 112. Let's see, Mod Extra is saying they look great, but they are hard to get over here with the higher prices and shipping. They're a bridge too far from my wallet. I agree with that. Saw a review of this. G-Force is saying he saw a review and it is hot. Duffman's Dioramas has joined us. He's saying, what's going on here? We're talking about toys. See, saying hello.
Hey, Duffman.
And then couldn't get into the neon green one. Let's see. He goes, no, but cool. Gap is saying no, but cool. I don't collect Mezco, G-Force. Dino is using the not logo, which is the ice, right?
And then I'm disappointed it just comes up as not.
Yeah. Sir Eric Brown is saying meh. and we got Mod Extra Games. He thinks that's hot. I actually think it looks super cool, and I think the 112 figures are really cool. Here's my problem with it, right? I don't know that Hasbro wants companies like Mezco, or in my mind, I don't think that they would want them making figures of their mainline figures, because then people are not going to want to buy the Hasbro versions. You know what I mean? Like if you are a Mezco collector and you realize, oh, I don't have to buy Beachhead, I don't have to buy Duke, I don't have to buy Flint, I could just wait for the Mezco version. Why wouldn't you just do that if you're a Mezco collector?
So what size are these? Are these 6-inch?
I think the Mezco, yeah, they're 112, so they're in the 112 scale. So yeah, 6-inch.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't blame Hasbro.
Yeah, no, I mean Hasbro's obviously given them a license because they're Hasbro characters, right? And they're branded GI Joe. But I just think it's sort of interesting that they have this now. They've created like a competing line in addition to the Super 7. The Super 7, in my mind, were not really a competition because they're not technically in the same scale.
Yeah, what
right?
are those 7-inch?
Yeah, yeah. The Super 7s are a little bit bigger.
I like the Super.
But I get it. I get what
animated.
Yeah, yeah. I get what Duffman's saying, that not everybody can collect them because of the price range. I mean, I think a lot of us in here are in that same boat. You'd have to be a Mezco hardcore. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's yeah, right. Not a ton of differences, except for, are you going to think that this is a better quality figure? Right.
Yeah, but you know, how much are these? 60 or 80?
More, I think. Yeah, something like that. 80, maybe.
Yeah, so I mean, you're buying $25 for a Hasbro, so I guess it all comes down to what you want to pay.
What do you want to? Yeah, what do you want? Like, to me, I'm going to use them for photography and stop motion and take them outside. I'm not going to spend this on a Mezco and then like haul them around and throw them in the dirt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True.
Yeah. So, all right. So then earlier in the week, Mondo revealed in their 1/6 scale, these are 12-inch figures, and we can tell by the shading who this was going to be right from the silhouette there and the lighting. And there you have it. Right. He looks freaking cool.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, are you into these 12-inch sized figures?
Not me. Not at all.
Yeah. I don't
have the space.
I used to love the 12-inch GI Joes, and if they were still making those, I'd probably still be like wanting to pick those up and put them in my collection. But because everything's kind of scaled down, it's like worked out better for me. But I think they look cool, but I've heard about the articulation and the paint rub and stuff on these Mondo figures, that they're good for like posing and not really good for much else. See, Mod Extra, the price difference is significant though. Mezco Hardcore was some. Okay, yeah, let's see.
So, Vern, I do collect some 12-inch figures, so I just picked this up
the Smile head swap.
Yesterday.
Oh, wait. What is this one?
So I do collect some 12-inch figures, so I did pick up Captain and Tennille. I got I have both Captain and Tennille.
Okay.
Do you know?
I thought you were being serious.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got a 12-inch figure at the end that Dino will be all over. Okay, so yeah, the snarky head swap on this guy looks pretty cool. Let's see. Hold on. Not for me, but very cool. But definitely not a 12-inch guy. I think it looks really cool, but yeah, then again, I'm not a big the Mondos look great, but I have some issues with what I've seen about their articulation and stuff like that. They look fantastic.
Is animated style. This is Sabretooth in the animated series, basically, right?
Yeah, I think it looks cool. So
yeah, I think it looks cool, but it's just nothing that I. So what do I do? Hot or not? Because I do like it, but it's nothing I would collect. So what do I
picked this one up off State of Versus. You know, I usually follow State of Verse on Twitter, and I usually go to his site for like the reveals, because he's usually pretty good at like getting new reveals and stuff posted. This guy is the Medicom Toys or whatever. So DC Hush, Thomas Elliott, I guess. So, anybody? Are you saying, oh, you're not into this one?
No,
let's see.
into the other one.
G-Force likes your Captain and Tennille figures,
See?
but he
Vintage, man.
was really hoping that it was Captain and Tennelly.
Yeah. I just forgot the I. It's okay.
You got the Village people too, Dino?
I don't think they made the Village people, but if they did, I would probably get it because they're
You would have them.
yeah,
You definitely have the construction worker.
because we all like to play at the YMCA, right?
Yeah. All right. So not much interested in this, I'm thinking. Let's see. Figures hot, but I've never been a fan of the character. That's Mod Extra Gaming. I think he looks cool. I like all the deco. I do like the jacket and stuff like that. I'm just messing with you. I say articulable when I'm talking about action figure articulation.
Yeah.
So who am I to
I
talk
have
about
to
like
look it up before I
words
spell it.
and spelling? And this is the Hiya Toys. This is like a 4-inch beachhead or whatever. And I'm thinking like this is another thing, right? Like they were coming out with their own retro style line, and then what happened over at Hasbro? Did they stop making their little 4-inch figures?
Oh, the 4-inch, yeah.
Did they just decide to
3 3/4?
Yeah, so are they just outsourcing those now to like Hiya Toys or whatever?
They were supposed to make like classic O-rings, weren't they?
Yeah, they did some with that Sky Striker and stuff, and I thought that was like a door opening for them to come back and start doing the O-rings again. But then
I collected all the other ones. All the other ones, I bought them all the 3 3/4 retro ones. The only one I'm missing is one guy. I forget his name.
Yeah. So G-Force is like saying,
I liked it.
He's like saying, this is cool, but what does it scale with? Eric saying, I don't get the purpose of this line. And I'm 100% on board with you guys. I don't know where this fits. I mean, to me, this is like trying to stand Mcfarlane Batman figures next to my, 6-inch Marvel figures. They're just, It's not the same scale. It's not going to look right on a shelf, where you got figures that are different sizes. These don't go with the 3 1/4-inch figures. I don't know.
So how many other figures are in this line? Do they have more than just this character?
This is the one that I seen. This was the reveal for this week or whatever. So Jonathan saying the brief 3.75 Joes were only done to sell the Sky Striker HasLab. Once that funded, I don't think any more were done. Now the thing is, when they did that Hiss tank, that smaller version Hiss tank, didn't they have a line of like retro figures that they were doing for that size and that scale? Didn't they have a
switching over? They were
3.75, right? So they would fit with this then, I'm guessing. I don't know. That's the weird thing. I think the figure looks super cool, but I just don't know what it would do on my shelf. Like,
how tall is that one?
I want to say it was like over 4, like 4. Let me look really quick.
So it's in between 3 3/4 and
it's bigger than 3.75. It's bigger than a 3. Yeah, from my
and it's smaller than your 6-inch, so it doesn't scale to anything. Maybe it scales to like Toy Biz.
It's 4.1 inches tall.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. Let's see. Dino, tell which GI Joe retro you're missing. I have a few extras.
Who's the dark skin GI Joe?
Okay, let's see. Again, those 3.75 were only done to sell the Joe Transformer crossover stuff. Even though, didn't they come out with like some that were like on cards though? Were those only done to sell those with that like Hiss tank?
Are you pulling a Dean over there, going to pull a figure out?
No, I can't get in there. But I thought there was like some figures. I remember that there were some carded GI Joe figures that were not like 3.75 inch, but they were like a retro. I want to say they were. So is that right? Were they only to sell the Joe Transformer crossovers? If that's true, then would this guy fit into those? Is what I'm wondering, because he's like 4 inches.
Roadblock.
Stalker, Roadblock,
Roadblock is the only one I'm missing.
Figures are cool, but they're expensive. Judge Dredd figures cost around $35. Yeah, the Judge Dredd was the other ones that this company made, and they looked really cool, but they were like expensive for a 4-inch figure. I couldn't.
That's right. I think they have the Judge Dredd ones at my comic book shop.
Yeah, and then G-Force, he only has Aliens from Hiya Toys.
Those are
Okay.
cool too. Yeah, the alien ones are
So I
awesome.
mean, like, to me, this is like a mixed bag. Looks really cool, but I think not for me.
Yeah.
And then of course we got this transmission where they snuck in, and this was another incoming transmission, and he describes the GI Joe HasLab. So I think we've already decoded. At least I feel pretty confident from the previous decoding with that number 24 that we're looking at like a dragonfly, and the way they described it in this one. I think that that's a fairly good guess. It's maneuverable, got a lot of firepower, and can definitely go up against their HISS tank, is what it says. So I think we're looking at like a HISS tank. I mean, a dragonfly or something. Were those Judge Dredd ones with the soft goods clothing and weird zip? No, I think they were all plastic or something like that, but they were.
Yeah, I don't remember what it had in it. Thanks for teasing me, G.
All right. And did you see this thing here? This is the SH Figure Arts Indiana Jones. I think when I saw this, I tweeted out,
Wow.
"Watch out, Hasbro," because to
That
me,
looks
there
good.
was so many
That head
issues.
sculpt looks amazing.
Yeah, right. Let me
Yeah.
see. Did I put in like so same type of picture, but like when this guy came out, I thought the big issues were like the gun, the belt, the whip didn't really fit. You couldn't clip anything on. This is Gridiron Studios
Yeah.
extras and stuff like that. So it's got like a hook to like just hook the whip. It's like a wire so you can like articulate it. The pistol's got this like
That whip is amazing. I show you. I mean, why wouldn't you do a wired whip with Indiana Jones?
right.
It's like a no-brainer.
So to me, when I see this, I don't think this whip is going to be like articulated or whatever, but it's
No, it
going to
doesn't.
be
I don't
pretty
think so.
sturdy where it's going to be in that form, which
Yeah.
means when you stand them on a shelf, I think that whip's going to look nice when it's like
Yeah.
on the shelf. And the thing is, for SH Figure Arts to come out and be doing like an Indiana Jones, it's, to me, this is a competition now between like Hasbro and SH Figure Arts to figure out, you know, can who, you know, which one is going to be the definitive that you're going to want for your shelf. If you're Indiana Jones, Hasbro's cranked out what, like 47 different versions of Indiana Jones in the last like 6 months, or revealed, I don't know, 12 different looks for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And really, to have Indiana Jones on your shelf, you only need basically this dude, really, right? If I'm being completely honest about it, I feel like you only really need that. Oh, yeah, the one with the one shirt, you want them in a different scene and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
you're not building like a whole shelf of Indiana Jones in every single look, right? You want to do like some world building or something like that. And I'm thinking that this SH Figure Arts could end up being way better than the Hasbro version. I mean, has yet to come out, but I think it looks great.
How big are
Personally.
they?
6 inches.
Yeah.
6-inch scale, yeah.
The head sculpt is amazing, but how much is are those? Those over 100?
Yeah, they're usually about 3 times the price.
Yeah, but you know
So
something?
Eric's saying, but does the hat come off? And my guess will be that it'll have an alternate. It might have like the hat that comes off, and then it might have like a hairpiece that clicks on. I haven't seen
So
a picture with all the accessories yet.
see, I know everyone wants the hat to come off, but if you are going to display your Indiana Jones, are you going to display him with his hat off? Ever?
Yeah,
When?
and so are you. Look, it's just something about having a fully articulated action figure where
Yeah,
you
I
can't
get it.
have him take his hat off, right? Like he's got to take it off, wipe his brow, put it back on. It's got to fly off. He's got to catch it. It's got to blow off, slide across the floor, or whatever.
I'm thinking as a collector putting it on the shelf, but I'm not thinking of as a photo photographer. So I guess
Yeah.
as a photo, it definitely, like, picking it up, putting it back on.
Well, Well,
things
with
like that.
what you're saying is, then why did they make Rakondo's hat come off for the GI Joe class fight? Right? He wears that hat with the one level up. Why did they make a
Yeah,
hat that he could take off?
yeah. Well, you would never pose him with his hat off.
You would think so, but I think it's really cool. He can like have his hat down in one hand, like if you're posing him with
Yeah,
other people
yeah.
or whatever.
But in the
Yeah.
movie, does Indy ever take his hat off unless it's accidental, like something's
Um,
happened?
I feel like he's put it down a few times, or he's put it on or adjusted it,
Yeah,
but you can still get that look
yeah.
without him taking the hat off, right? Like you could just put his hand up next to the hat like that, and then he's like basically adjusting
I
the
think
hat.
even when he
But yeah,
fought the German mechanic, he got punched in the face and his hat was still on.
I
Am I
think that
wrong?
what yeah, I think that what they should have done is they should have included an alternate head.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think the complaint is, I think part of the complaint is a lot of people just want to complain about Indiana Jones or Hasbro. So we want to complain that they didn't give us the extra head. They didn't make the hat that come out because we know that they're gonna sell a version without it.
Well, when
And
they had
we're just
the
we're
version with
complaining that they're making us buy a second figure.
yeah, but the one with short round comes with a hat. Short round comes
But
with an extra hat, right?
short round comes with the hat.
Short round comes with a hat. Everyone's gonna buy short round,
Right, for
right?
that hat.
Well, chances are people are gonna want short round anyways. If you're an indie fan, you're probably gonna want short round no matter what, because he's pretty cool. But can you swap the heads on all these indies? Are the pegs still the same? So because
I
Temple
haven't
of
tried to
Doom,
take the head off yet. I haven't tried to take the head off yet.
so Temple of Doom, I think there's an indie without a hat on, right? That's coming out.
I think you're correct. I couldn't find the one that had like the one sleeve or whatever. I couldn't find that one on Amazon, so I didn't get to
I
order
have
that
yet
one.
to find an indie in store. I've only found Sala and Marion, but I'm not even. I don't even because they're so hard to find. I'm not even collecting any of them
Yeah, that's unfortunate, right?
because I hate buying.
I
I
was,
hate ordering.
and the only reason I was able to find indie in store was because they hadn't put them out yet, and the guy went in the back and brought the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guido and Speedo's here.
Oh, okay. Let's say hello. I'm gonna catch up on the chat. Hold on.
Yeah.
Does his hat come off? Let's see. Mod Extra Dread figures you're thinking of are the Mezco or the 3A figures, both made 6-inch. The whip that comes with Hasbro stinks. Yeah, I don't really like it that
Yeah.
much. The one that came with that Gridiron Studios, I will say that the handle is kind of weird and I have a hard time getting it into his hand.
Is
But
it too
once it's
big?
in there, yeah, well, once it's in the hand, it's okay, right? I'm not that impressed with the figure arts for 4 times the price. Yeah, that's true. It is
I just read
expensive.
G-Force.
Yeah, that wire whip. Let's see. Connor saying
Hey, Connor.
hello, howdy all. Cheers, Jonathan. You're right. I just had to Google. It's the Mezco ones. Okay. And then saying hello, waking up from your nap. Then there's some laughing. Ha ha ha. Dino is right though.
See, Eric
See,
said
you're
the best
right.
comment right there. The
Yeah.
best comment of the week. Dino
Dinner
is
date,
right.
nap to follow. Attaboy. That's
Dinner date,
right.
nice.
I've posed Rakonda with it at his hat, but I have no interest in Indy without a hat for the shelf. Yeah, I think that you hit it a little bit. Like to me, I wish that the hat came off just because I want the hat to be able to come off. That's just a personal, right?
But it might not fit on well. His
It
head
won't
might
fit
have
on
an
well.
indent.
That's exactly why they didn't make the hat come off, because the hat would look oversized if it did, or his head would have to be too skinny underneath.
You'd have to have a dent, a rim around his head for the hat to basically click in. Most,
I mean,
wouldn't have to, but
did you watch my stop motion of Rakondo? Where he's like, "Hey, I'm Rakondo, and I got this hat that comes off, not like that Indiana Jones fella." And then he puts his hat back on.
That was a while ago, right?
Yeah, I was making fun of that. Let's see.
Unlike you, I watch your videos.
Yeah, that came off. Yeah, it won't stay.
My biggest complaint is the whip. I mean, if you're making an Indiana Jones with a whip that it just coils like horrible, it doesn't even look like that. It's just horribly bent, and
now the thing is
wrong.
That one, so that one Target exclusive indie that should be in stores, the one where he's in the white suit,
Yeah,
right? That one doesn't have a hat. So theoretically, what I would do with that head is I would add like the 5 o'clock shadow type of thing on that head, and then maybe try to do the head swap if I wanted to take pictures without the hat.
but then
Um,
the figure's worthless after that. You just devaluated
Exactly,
the
right?
figure.
Exactly. But the problem with that is, to me, is that head doesn't look like Indiana Jones. It looks like the guy from Mission Impossible.
Tom Cruise,
No, the TV show. Martin.
Martin Short
Uh, no,
from Saturday
I
Night
can't
Live.
remember his full name.
Oh, Steve
Um,
Martin,
no, the guy from Mission
the
Impossible, the
wild and
TV show.
crazy guy.
No.
No,
But those heads have glasses or red marks on the face. Let's see.
yeah.
Most anticipated is Sean Connery. Yeah, I think that Sean Connery should have been like uh announced earlier on. I don't The Sean Connery announcement I think was botched because I don't think they really announced him, right? They like had a live stream, didn't announce him, and then like kind of revealed it afterwards in a reveal.
How does he
Um,
look? Did they show what he looks like?
I don't think so. I think they just showed a picture showing that it was like a future reveal or something. Indy
Yeah,
without the hat is like watching Left Coast without a hat. Yeah.
I think the problem with the 6-inch line is they don't look like the characters. They don't look like
They
the actor.
Yeah, even this one's a little bit off.
This one
Extras
here, this FHF whatever Schwartz or whatever.
SH Figure Arts.
I think the head sculpt looks amazing.
I think it looks really, really good. There are some issues with it. Not Martin Lawrence. Gosh darn it. You guys are...
That's who it is. Martin Lawrence. That's who it is.
I might even be getting his name wrong.
See, it's
I'm
Dean
gonna look
Martin.
it up.
That's what it is. Dean Martin.
I'm looking it up. 1966.
Dean Martin, right? Everybody loves somebody.
Not Peter Graves. Martin Landau.
Never heard of him.
Okay. He's the guy that I think did all the disguises in that Mission Impossible series. Anyways, okay. What about this? This is Super 7. You got this Godzilla versus like Ultraman thing going on. You into those?
No, but I
like Will Smith. No, I wouldn't even be talking about Will Smith. Sorry about that.
I do like the Super 7. Some of them, I want to get the black hole figures.
Those look pretty cool, and
I'll pay 20 for those.
When I saw those figures came up originally, I thought, man, are they doing a new black hole movie? Mod Extra Games never heard of Martin Landau, man.
Yeah, I think you just made him up.
Let me find a picture of him from Mission. I'm going to find a picture of him from that Mission Impossible series. Where
Do you remember back in the day? Remember Godzilla? Do you remember the Gargantuans? They need to make the Gargantuans. They were like kind of like a King Kong. There was a brown one and a green one. One was bad and one was good. Look it up. You don't remember the Gargantuans? Anybody in the chat remember the Gargantuans from like
Creature Nobody remembers the Gargantuans. I thought we were talking about Bad Boys. Martin Lawrence was mentioned. No, Martin Lawrence was not mentioned. Yeah, I wouldn't. These are too expensive. I think that they're not for the price point, but I think it's kind of cool that they're doing them because, of course, I watched Ultraman and Kamen Rider and Super Sentai and all those. So, side fan here. They got this Thundercats. This is the looks like a glow in the dark.
I love glow in the dark, but I don't see the purpose.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think they look. I think it's cool. Well, because it's glow in the dark.
But what's the purpose of why is she glowing in the dark?
Because
is that her ability?
Because I don't know.
They're running out of ideas, man. Because they watch my YouTube channel. They know how much I love glow in the dark figures. But I wouldn't purchase that one. That has no purpose for glowing in the dark.
Oh, okay.
So I'd say not. Let me give that one a not.
All right, let's see how many people agree with you because it's not a retro figure. I think the idea of doing these Thundercats is kind of cool, but yeah, I think that I think Well, I don't know. What about that glow in the dark Godzilla? What was the point of that?
That was based on the model back in the
Mm,
70s.
interesting.
It was. There was
Don't
a model. I had the model.
you have you have a glow in the dark model?
I had it back in the 70s. We had the Godzilla glow in the dark model. I think my
Uh,
no, I don't think I bought my brother a a repro remake of it, but it wasn't glow. But yeah, so like part of them I believe was glow in the dark on Godzilla.
are you
That one I
collecting these?
actually want.
Are you actually collecting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I only have room for so many characters on my Ninja Turtle shelf, but if I
Uh-huh.
had room, I would get him. I wouldn't need the scooter and stuff, but I would get him. I kind of
Well,
want to
this is
get
a
the
convention exclusive, right? Comic-Con
yeah.
exclusive. So I think you have to go there to get it.
I
Now,
don't know.
if I got that Honda Elite scooter, would I then have to find somebody from the Book of Boba Fett to ride it?
Yeah, right. Paint.
Yeah. Or
I
could you
think it's
use
cool.
that in your, if you painted it red, could you use it in your Terminator set and put Sarah Connor on there?
Did she ride that?
Yeah, remember in the first Terminator, she rode a Honda Elite to work,
I don't really.
chained it up to the Bob's big boy.
See, I like Connor's comment for the glow in the dark.
I love glow
Yeah.
in the dark Arnie, so he looks like the Predator sees him. Oh, I can see
Did,
that.
did they make one?
He said he'd love one.
Oh, okay. I'd love one. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. With that color green though, it'd have to be. Couldn't be like the typical glow. It'd have to be like the way the Predator would see it.
Right.
But I think this is cool. I like this stuff. This character.
All right. Let's all right, so then we got this uh West Coast Avengers set. This is the Hank Pym. Uh I think it's just okay. I mean, like, it's nice to get the character and stuff like that, but I'm just, it's just a dude in like a red
Who is that?
work suit. Hank Pym,
Who is that?
Henry Pym, whatever. Part of the West Coast Avengers. Come on. Pym
Never heard of
particles?
him.
Pym particles? Hello? No?
No,
Nothing?
never heard of him.
You just watched the Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Is he in it?
Oh my god.
I must have fell asleep watching that part. Is he in the extra credit scene? I missed the extra credit scene, I think. you're joking, right? No, I'm not.
Okay, do you remember the names of any of the characters in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
I remember. I don't even. I honestly, I don't even think I could tell you Ant-Man's name.
Okay, it's
The characters.
okay. What about Michael Douglas's character? You remember his last name?
No.
Do you remember the name of the little chemicals that they put in their thing that made them go smaller? They were blank particles.
They were. Yeah, you just broke me, man. I'm horrible with remembering names during movies. I actually most of the time I doze off.
Eric's calling him a generic blonde guy in a uniform, a red jumpsuit. Dino just broke Vern. I appreciate the generic looking figure every now and then, but I have no use for this guy. Okay, so you don't know that those particles are called the Pym particles because there's a guy
Never
named
even
Hank
heard that word
Pym.
before. It's
He
totally new. Never heard it
said this,
before.
and he makes these particles and becomes the Ant-Man.
Is it the same particles that what makes them big?
It just reversed or something like that.
Are they called the same thing? Pym?
Okay. Anyway, let's move on. We got this version. And I guess he was fine the first iteration that he came out when his when he was silver,
Now
the
is it
Silver
flat and silver?
Centurion. Yeah, so when they released this originally, or before the last time, instead of having those whitish legs, everything was kind of silverish, right? So it's kind of like they repainted them, put them in a box. I think we covered this earlier. It was mostly repaints. Let's see,
Yeah.
Pym particles. Never heard of them. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Iron Man. That's a good one. Now this is a
Hold
Mockingbird,
on, wait a
right?
second. What do you mean that's a good one?
What do you mean?
No. Do you think that's a good Iron Man?
Yeah, I mean, I like this version of Iron Man, but do I
What?
need like another one? Look,
Yeah.
do I
I
need
know,
another
that's
one?
what I mean. So is it really a good Iron Man then?
If you don't have one, I mean, everybody's excuse is, oh, it's great for people who don't have them, but they
Yeah.
have not created an option for people who do. This is the problem with the 5-pack, right? There's no option for somebody who has this Iron Man, but needs this figure. And
Oh,
then,
so this
which
is
I
a
think is great.
5-pack?
Let's see, hold on. And then you got Jonathan saying, I like the Spider Woman, but no way am I picking up the pack just for her. Rhino
Yeah.
Hobbies is here. Let's say hello. This
Hey,
is
Rhino
exactly what
Hobbies.
I'm talking about. So here's the Spider Woman, right? There's no way anybody, if they only need this one, is going to buy 5 figures to be able to get that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and then the Tigra, right? Like, oh, I was so excited the last time that figure came out. So do
Well,
I
she comes
really
with an
need?
alternate head.
Oh, and this one didn't.
I don't think so, did it?
I have to look now. I think that I feel like it did.
It may have. Yeah. I never picked it up, so.
Didn't
But
everybody?
this is a different shade of orange.
Yes.
Is the head sculpt the same?
What?
Is it the head sculpt the same as the one you have?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this up, Dino, and although the hair on this new extra head is like different, right? There is the original release, and let's see if I can zoom in.
Oh, so it did come with 2 heads.
Did come with a different head. The hair is a little bit different,
Yeah, a lot different.
but it did come with like 2 heads. And so basically, like I in my hand, I have 2 of the 5, right? And Hank Pym is basically just a guy in a red jumpsuit. I'd rather have Wonder Man, which you
I
can
like
buy
this
separate,
version better, though. I like this version better than the previous version. I
because
like the
what's so
colors
different about
better.
it?
I like the colors better. And
Because
I like the hair
it's
better.
because it's blue instead of like brown.
No, I think I like the orange. The orange pops a little bit better.
Because it's light, it's a lighter orange based on those colors. Because this
Yeah,
one's a much darker one, and
yeah.
got brown. So let's see. Hold on. G-Force. Let's see.
But
I
these are
emphasize
good for
that
people that
POV.
haven't
I
picked any up.
wanted a Strife from X-Men Villains pack, but I ain't buying the 5-pack for them. Exactly. They create these 5-packs with no way to get the one figure you want or need from that. Like if I look at the West Coast Avengers, like I'm definitely want to get that Hawkeye with the sled, right? Which I put in the original picture. He's an integral character for me in the West Coast Avengers. I have the Iron Man, I have the Tigra, I need this one that I want for the set. Maybe this one I don't really need it though. And then I have Tigra, like I said, and then and then you got like a 5-pack. So it's like I got, 2 right now. I got 2 out of the 5. And one of them I don't really care about. I think a lot of people are in the same sort of boat where they don't look at a 5-pack and say, yeah, I got to have that 5-pack for like the one character that I want.
How much is the 5-pack? 125 or more?
129, 130, I think. Yeah. I
Yeah, so
remember
you're
the same
paying
company
$50 for no
that,
reason.
that gave us that figure will not reissue the Leia,
Yeah.
the Jabba Leia, right? The slave Leia. They won't reissue the slave Leia, but they'll give us 2
Can they
versions of this one.
reissue Princess Leia in that outfit and just rename her?
No, I think it has something to do with Luke, the new Disney Lucasfilm telling Hasbro that they can't release that figure. That's what I keep hearing.
I mean, just
that
put.
it's.
Can they release it without a chain around her neck? Maybe it's the chain around her neck that really.
I think it's the idea of it. Yeah. So Jonathan saying the new Tiger is meant to be less orange. Yeah, I get it. It's less orange, but to me, I mean, like if I look back at my comics, Tiger is like more orange than that. Um, Lucasfilm won't let them. He's answering Connor's question. The mouse's influence. Yeah. Yeah. Not to mention. Oh, and I brought those out too, since we're talking about them. These are the Hellfire ones from the set, right?
I can't see with you're holding her
Yeah.
face.
Okay. You can watch my review.
Yeah. I do.
No, but what I'm saying is like, so yeah, they won't reissue that one. I knew that conversation was coming up. That's why I didn't break them out of the plastic, but I will. Hold on. So can't do the Leia, but you can do these, right? And then you can do that Tigra.
Yeah.
So that's definitely got to be basically Hasbro saying, yeah, you can't do it.
It's got to be
or
the chain.
Disney saying no.
I don't think a Princess Leia in that outfit ever comes without a chain, right? I'm trying to look at my figure here.
You could probably get away with it and maybe just put it on the side if they wanted to package it that way. I mean, they put Chewbacca in a chain, so I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah, true. Yeah. He was a prisoner. Well, that's a prisoner.
So it's not the chain that makes the difference, right?
Yeah.
See, I can use the Mockingbird for sure. I'll replace Tiger with this one and replace Spider-Woman's body with the new one. So Rhino Hobbies is probably going to get it, and he's going to make all those changes. And now I'm torn, right? Like, well, I do want that Mockingbird for sure. Is this the only way that I'm going to be able to get it? Or if I hold off, eventually is it going to get released on its own? That's what I got to hope for.
They've released the other ones, right? In the other packs, haven't they?
I don't know, right? Like they do have some packs that came out recently, and they still haven't released them.
What about the two that you had in your hand?
What?
What about the two that you just had in your hand? Have they ever been
released?
Those
were previously released. Those aren't new releases. Those were ones. So the 5-pack is really good for somebody who's like maybe just starting out, maybe just wants to get those, didn't grab the old Silver Centurion or the old Tigra or whatever, and they just want that 5-pack, or they wanted to leave their Tigra on card or whatever, and they want to pick up that 5-pack, and that's the way they want to go with it, right? But
yeah.
Well, that's even more.
A lot of them. A lot of people keep those on card.
It's a Lucasfilm thing, not a Hasbro thing. Let's see. I think the Slave Leia thing is a little bit more nuanced. I think it's more Disney than anything else because they want to be more family oriented, even though they're making some more less than family oriented programming or whatever. And what dude is complaining? Yeah, some Leia figure on shelves. Yeah, they try to make a big deal out of it.
See, if you click
about reissued Jabba, as they are reissuing Jabba for Return of the Jedi. Yeah, so Connor's saying he's upset about it because they got the new Jabba, they got the new you've got pretty much everybody for Jabba now. You got the Lando in the guard outfit, you got the new Chewbacca, you got the Bosch Leia, right? You got Bib Fortuna, you got Gourmet and guards, and then you can't get Leia for that setup.
You can't even get an Ula, right?
Right. Apparently, I don't know that. Yeah, you'd have to make that yourself.
Yeah, so 2 of the figures that are pretty. How about the woman with the 6 breasts, the dancing one?
No, not unless you make it yourself.
Or if you collect like vintage figures, even from the 90s, then you're all set. So enough with this modern collecting. Just buy vintage, and you can get everything you want.
That will not fit into your Black Series collection.
Yeah, but 3 3/4 is where it's at.
All right. Let's get through this, and we can discuss that a little bit. Let's see. So, also wanted to mention that Action Force Valaverse has announced that they're finally going to do their points promotion. So apparently, the idea is that they got a figure coming up this week. It's going to be $15 and 20 points. So if you buy it, then you have to take your 20 points and you have to mail them to some PO box that Valaverse has, and you have to like hope that they don't just like assume get it and say, oh no, these don't count, you only had 19, and then just cancel your order and take your points. That you're really believing that that guy's going to be opening the envelope, counting all the points, then like pressing a button and making sure that your order goes through. This is like complicated to me. I'm taking pictures of everything. I'm scanning all my points, I'm scanning the thing, I'm sending my stuff with like a return receipt, the whole thing, right? So you got your points. If you got your points, start clipping them, because $15, everybody, for some sort of
cool.
unknown figure.
I like that. I like that
Yeah,
because it's old school.
Yeah, no. So Jonathan saying, are the action points only for Joe Fest? They said that what happens is this figure is going to go on sale. You're going to get your order confirmation. You have to print out your order confirmation, then get your points, and you mail them to a PO box, and then they'll basically ship you your $15 figure. Or you can order it online, print out your order confirmation, take your points and your order confirmation to Joe Fest, and I think they'll give you your figure there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's kind of like a cool thing.
But I don't know. So, it's kind of fun going to the mailbox every day for 8 weeks.
That's right. To get your Annie decoder ring telling you to eat your Ovaltine.
Yeah.
I can't even get my hands on Valaverse figure, let alone do a mail away offer. Yeah, I heard about this issue. I'm not that really it's not really that big of a deal. There are so many other figures that can make from the OT. Yeah. I need to go everywhere to get proof of purchases. Toys R Us will be the one tricky one, seeing as they went bust. I wonder how many points there are, how many people there are with like points, because, you know, my first couple of Valaverse figures, I tossed the boxes. So that's 4 points like gone, right?
Yeah.
Also, if you are looking at Gridiron Studios and you're looking at like some of the stuff that they do for figures, like this loadout kit that I got for the Indiana Jones with the wire whip and the belt and stuff like that, and then the ghillie suit that I got, they're doing a deal this weekend that if you order from them, they're going to throw in a free weapon, mystery weapon. And if you do an order every day, you get 4. So that expires on Monday. And
how
then,
much is
of course,
that Indiana Jones pack, if you don't mind me asking? Like that?
It was, I think, 25. It's a little pricey, but
yeah, it comes with a whip, and
it
comes with
the belt,
gun too, right?
The belt, and then the gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the gun's way better than the one that he comes with. But it was on sale at one point. He ran like a little bit limited promotion. It was over a weekend or whatever, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely worth it for the whip.
Let's see, hold on. That's a pretty big deal for those of us that want that figure, Eric. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're talking about the Leia still. They have said what it is. Is it a figure or an accessory pack? I think it's a figure. I did not see what they said. I feel like it's going to be a figure, and I'm hoping it's not going to be that camouflaged figure that they just pictured on their Instagram yesterday, where the dude's looking through the binocular and he's painted like camo. I'm hoping it's not that one. Can they please make a proper Supergirl? Okay, so he's like looking ahead, because I did tab ahead, and I wanted to point out that they do have this Flash version of the Last Kryptonian. This is from the Flash movie. This is the Supergirl figure. I saw
like
that
a Bobby version.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So I thought I bring this on there because I know that this is the type of stuff you would collect, right?
I actually did. I did buy the Rey and Princess Leia versions of. Remember?
I have a couple of those. I actually have from Batman v Superman. I have the Batman and Wonder Woman and stuff like that from this collection.
Yeah, that's
from Mattel. Yeah,
but yeah, no, I don't collect this stuff typically.
So I'm tempted here. I know that people are like, "Oh, well, it should be a realistic version or whatever, you know, like more like the comic book style, and that's what we need." Um, but I think that like it looks pretty good, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the movie just to see how they portray the character and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Making a Supergirl Barbie is a smart movie. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I saw the the actress had it on and was like showing it off, so I put it up there. And then of course this is from yesterday. This picture, so you got a couple of days left if you're into the Mattel cars. They got the it's arriving on May 30th. This is the Porsche 911.
Yeah, I don't collect any of that. Do you?
No, I just thought I'd put it up there just in case there's somebody that's interested in these like Hot Wheels style cars or Matchbox or whatever. Hot Wheels, right?
Just wanted to show people that. See if
So
you
that's
collect
yeah. So what I did was I had my old Black Series one, and what I did was I swapped it with the head from the ceremony,
Yeah.
layout.
Yeah.
And so I got an updated head sculpt on there. What I should do is go back and take this bun and ponytail off and swap it with the one that comes on the actual figure so I can get the headpiece and stuff like that. But I think updating the head sculpt was a good idea. And
Yeah,
I think that would be like a really cool thing.
But did you know that devalues the figure?
It devalued it greatly. Yeah. You know, the thing is with that one is at one point, so I know that people are saying, "Oh, it's so hard to find them." At one point, that figure was clearanced for like $9.
Yeah.
And I got two of them at the time, so I always had one open. I still have one in the box, and that's the one that I had open that I had like deheaded and did the head swap. So I have one that's still in the box.
Wasn't she in the archive collection?
No, they never did this one in the archive. It was in the blue stripe or the orange stripe. It was the blue stripe box, I think. Those old original Black Series boxes with they had orange stripe, blue stripe. So it was back then. And since that time, because there was like an uproar, they never put it out again. The one they did in the archive was the wash.
How much is that figure valued right now on card?
Well, how do you value a figure, right?
Like, how much does it sell for?
Well, let me look.
Is that like a $200 figure?
Well, if it is, then one's for sale.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm actually trying to get at. I'm like, why would you keep it on card if you could get like $200 for it?
Okay, I'm trying to look. I'm
looking. You don't
on
display your. What do you do with your carded stuff? Do you display it at all, or you just put it in a bin?
My stuff on what?
On card. Like if you keep anything on card, do you keep it displayed or you put it in a bin?
I don't really have that much stuff. Like if you look like right down here, I do have these ones still in the
box. You do display it.
Those are the carbonized ones that I have out there.
Dude, you get a Nintendo with an old school TV there. Yes, I think I saw a zapper gun. Is that a zapper gun over there?
Look at that Sony Trinitron back there. It still works. Still works, so you can play the Nintendo with the game gun. So I do have those. I have those in protective plastic just because those are the carbonized ones. I really like them. Right up here, I have one carded. That's that carded San Diego Comic-Con Boba Fett. But pretty much,
Hi, Cat.
I don't. Hey, how's it going? Hello there. But pretty much, I don't keep that much stuff in package or on card. If I do, it's because I've been lazy and I don't open it. What?
It takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, that's the problem with it, right? Like right now, I'm kind of impacted. I do have to like go through some stuff and maybe get rid of some boxes. But I have been keeping all of my GI Joe classified boxes. What I've been doing is taking all the plastic out and I've been like folding them flat and I've been keeping them. So I do have all of my classified boxes. And then
why do you do that?
It was one of those things where like I never did it with like the Black Series because the original Black Series were just a black with like a red box, and I used to cut off the backs. I used to cut the backs off and just keep the little back. And
like basically, right?
Yeah, it had that little And then for some reason, when the GI Joe, when I started getting the classifieds, I was like, well, they're very colorful. They had like some artwork on them, and I just wanted to hold on to them
Yeah.
just because of that. But you can't just keep boxes like whatever. So I got rid of the plastic parts and I put them flat and I got them in like one of these long envelopes and stuff like that. So I got them. I took them all out one time and like looked to see like what numbers was I missing and stuff like that. Because sometimes I think like maybe I should go back and try to fill in those numbers and stuff like that. I don't know why I
I
got them.
keep
One day
I
I'm gonna
keep
get
all
rid
my
of them.
boxes. I put them all. You don't have an attic?
Yeah, but we don't put anything up there. That's
Well,
not a
you
good
can put
idea.
all empty boxes like I do.
Attic spaces are not good for storage regardless because it gets super hot up there.
Yeah, but it's just empty boxes. I have figures up in, well, I don't know what it might be different in California, but
I think it's just to me like I kept a bunch of stuff in our attic and our other house, and once it went in the attic, I never looked at it. When we moved to
yeah,
this house, I think I told the story before. I took all these totes down from the attic and it filled my like garage floor because it was like
yeah.
we had a flooring up in the attic, and I went through each tote and basically was like, I haven't looked at any of this stuff in like 5 years. And then I pick
Mm.
up the tote and walk to the dumpster and I just dump stuff in our dumpster.
No, I get it. I get it. But that's what I do with empty boxes because then it's like, for me, it's like,
The
I have
artwork.
the Millennium Falcon here. I'm not going to throw away that box. Would you? So what would you do with this box?
With what? Show me the box.
The Falcon. Would you keep the box to this Falcon? This is
Is
the
that a vintage Kenner one?
no, this is the Galaxy's Edge box. Millennium Falcon. This is like the $500 Millennium Falcon.
Well, let me tell you, like, so these guys right here came out. I reviewed them. I put them back in the boxes.
They look good. That's a display. That's a cool display. You can stack
Yeah. So,
all of them
so,
like that. So that's cool.
so if I'm not taking stuff out because I'm going to do regular photography with it or regular stop motion or regular whatever, like if it's not Star Wars or Marvel or GI Joe, it's pretty much going like this. So like I have a shelf down here that has like my Back to the Future, my Batman Hush, that type of stuff, right? So that stuff is not I just put it back in the box when I'm done with it. But
How
for the
come you don't
most
use
part,
display stands? How come you don't use display stands for your figures? Because I notice a lot of your videos, you keep knocking down figures like dominoes. But if you had display stands, wouldn't that solve the problem for
yeah,
most of it?
well, no, because the stand takes up space, so you can't really stand two figures close enough together if you have stands on their feet,
Yeah,
and then they all have to stand like perfectly standing up and down, right? And I only have like maybe one shelf where everybody's like standing in like a formation. This is kind of like a hodgepodge where some of them are sitting in like chairs. Some of them are standing up next to the little cantina bar set. Some of them have like little round tables they're standing on. There's like a little post office thing over there where some of them are standing around the post office.
too bad they don't make display stands that are not circular. They were just like old school um Star Wars when they came up with like the school, the rectangle
Right, right.
stand. That might solve a little bit of the problem. Or even if it just went over 1 foot, like a circle that went over 1 foot, might solve some of
Yeah,
that problem.
I do have some stands for my vintage Kenners because they stand a little bit better with that stand because I have them up in this case and it's harder to like when they fall down and they're holding a pistol. So I put stands on their feet so that they'll stand if I'm grabbing something else because if they fall, that little accessory piece is typically going to fall behind this like shelving system that I have in my room and then basically to get that pistol or
Yeah.
bowcaster I gotta like pretty much empty out like my shelves and then hopefully I'll find it.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
pain. I know. I've done
Yeah.
that. I've actually lost, I think, I lost a sword to Perseus from Clash of the Titans because of that.
I don't
It's
have any
probably
swords
somewhere.
from those. I only have shields and I had two shields and I'm in the same boat. I have them up on a top shelf, my Clash of the Titans, and
Yeah.
then the guy in the armor, they fell
Yeah.
off the
The guard.
shelf one day and somewhere in this area, one of the
It's
shields,
crazy.
and it's
And it's
like
big. How does
yeah,
it's almost like there's like another time zone, like another dimension
it's
when something
hilarious.
falls, it's just like, you know?
I have a printer and stuff down here, so I didn't move honestly, I didn't move the printer and I didn't move some of the stuff, so it probably is just stuck behind it. I was like, "Ah, no, I'm done.
How
I'm not moving."
funny would it be if like if um they made like a Marvel movie when they went into it like a Spider-Man, they went into another multiverse, and that multiverse had loose weapons everywhere. Like loose toy weapons, and that's where they
That would
end
be
up going in that dimension.
that would be hilarious.
That would be just like a little quick thing. Like Spider-Man went into one, it was just all loose weapons and then quickly left. Just so like a little nod
I think
to
everybody's was saying like Tom Holland may be done playing Spider-Man, right? And I think like it could work out because I think one of those other two guys could easily come back and take over the mantle again now that they've done that multiverse thing.
I don't know, they're all pretty out of shape for
Never kept a box. I have, yeah, I have these containers that I bought with all these little boxes within boxes, and I keep all my accessories like tucked away in those types of things. But yeah, I do have like a bag here with a bunch of loose figures and stuff like that, and just because I go through them. Look, and I got the new Batmobile.
what's that one? What's that one?
I don't know. It's from 1989.
Vintage, man. See what I'm saying? So much cooler. So much cooler. Is that the
I think
Kenner
it's like
one? That's not Kenner.
I think it. No, I think it might be like a McDonald's thing or something like that. But wouldn't it say
Yeah.
McDonald's on it? I don't know what it's from, but Batman's in there. I'm Batman.
Yeah, Calibus would be cool for they did make some big Clash of the Titans, but they were from the movie, right? They were from
Yeah,
the remake, not the
yeah.
classic.
I think having like a Medusa would be really cool to get. I think if
Yeah.
they did a whole 6-inch line of Clash of the Titans would be fantastic. I
I
think
think
like
would you buy them if they were Super 7, like the reactions? Would you
you
pay
know
$20?
that is a good question. I don't like the Diamond Select. So if they were Diamond Select, I'd probably pass. Right? But if they were Super 7, maybe. That's like a
6
maybe.
inch to go with your vintage.
See, that's the problem is if they were Diamond Select or if they were Super 7, they would be 7 inches.
No, the reaction figures, the 3 3/4 that they sell for like $20.
Oh, if they did those, if they did them in that size,
Yeah.
I'd probably get them for the accessories.
You wouldn't like if they came up with a Medusa, you wouldn't get the Medusa to put with your vintage?
Maybe, but probably not.
Yeah, see, I
I
would be
mean,
down with I would love that.
I think it would be really cool if they just did a 6-inch, but I'm hoping it's not the guys that did the Dungeons and Dragons ones that get assigned to it.
I don't have that Fisher Price Alpha Star. I don't think I have any like little people.
Yeah,
No, what is that? What's a smaller version of Fisher Price?
I
Adventure
don't know.
People? I think it was Adventure People. I don't have
Oh,
any of that stuff.
I remember those when I was a kid. I remember my favorite one was the guy on the motorcycle.
Yeah,
Because
I don't have any of those. Those
I
guys are
think
collecting them right now.
yeah, because I think the one thing about that guy was his knees bent. The dude that rode the motorcycle, it was one of the only ones that hit the
Oh,
knees
really?
bent.
Yeah, Adventure Peoples.
No, not
Um,
Adventure Peels.
yeah, I know. So do you have any vintage Tron?
Um,
The 3
I'm,
3/4 vintage Tron?
I'm thinking. No, I don't think so.
I do. Did I mention that I have that?
Yeah, plenty of times. We like to rub it in.
You want me to show you some?
Not really.
No, not particularly. The
Extremely
problem
vague.
with like, see, I
Oh,
have
yeah.
those loose.
Now that Brian's here, we can wrap up the show. Or
Hey, Brian.
going
Yeah.
on a little over 2 hours.
Yeah.
We started talking about vintage action figures about like 10 minutes ago, so I completely lost interest as with the entire group in the chat.
See, my problem with I kind of lost interest with a lot of the modern between the just a lot of the drama that's going along with it and
What
finding
drama?
not
What
finding what
tell me
you're
the
looking
drama.
for.
Tell
Huh?
me the drama. Tell me the drama. What's the
Well,
drama?
the price increase, the package free, the figures repaints, it's like the only thing I'm excited about is like the retro Indiana Jones figures that were never made. I think they should do Star Wars
Are you gonna
original
paint? Are
trilogy.
you gonna paint the little New York logo on the hat?
I don't think I need to, but I could because I'm gonna open this one. This one's getting opened.
Can you meticulously put the pinstriping and everything on there,
I
and put the
probably couldn't do
appropriate
it.
baseball logo
I
on
don't
the
know.
hat?
Maybe we'll do that next time on Points of Articulation live stream coming soon to a YouTube studio next to you.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
All right,
Let's
you
see.
done?
Will Defo catch the repeat? That is Brian. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's late over there. Left Coast is saying, let them breathe. And Blue Harvest is saying, don't open it. I didn't know. What did you guys just wake up or something? Because, like, where you been?
I bought two of them, blue. So I bought two, one to open and one to keep on card because I like the display.
Oh, I thought you bought one to send to me. That's what somebody said earlier.
Yeah. It would cost me like $20 to ship it to California.
Oh, did you see the video? I think it was it Yak Face or whatever, where he was shaking the bubble and it just came off the card. He just held the bubble like this and shook it, and it came loose of the card.
What's weird is the bubble, you probably can't see it, but if you see the bubble here, see how it's like wrinkled here and wrinkled down here?
Yeah.
And
That's
this
what I'm
one's
saying.
not.
He held the bubble,
This one's smooth.
and just shook the package back and forth like this, and the bubble came free of the backing.
On these figures?
Yeah, that one particularly, he held the bubble, just shook it like this back and forth. Yeah, vigorously, and eventually that card just came loose. But do it with the other one. There you go.
Thanks all. That's all, folks. You should end it with that.
Did it mess up the card then?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's too bad. Now you got a ruined card.
Not too bad.
Yeah, now you're gonna have to take that one back to Target and tell them, hey, I bought this, but apparently there was no figure attached to the card.
That's funny.
Eric's laughing at you.
Look at there's nothing. I bought this and there's no figure here. What's going on? Should I try it with this one?
No, go get your vintage one. Go get your vintage one and try it.
Oh no. So Blue, I know you're new here. I just got these the other day. Working for toys, baby. Working for toys. I got a sign. I'm standing out at the traffic lights and stuff. We'll work for toys.
You wish.
So since we're doing an unboxing, might as well do an unboxing right here if anybody wants to see.
All right, I'll let you do it, and then we're gonna wrap things up.
Rick does it best, though. Rick does it with his shorts the best. But here you go. Just for you, Vern.
I can't tell what that is, but okay.
This is
you know what it is? It's because your camera's not focused up close. It's focused on your face. There. Now it's too far away.
And look at the articulation. He does have leg. His legs move.
Wow.
And his arm moves all the way around. Look at this.
Does the hat come off?
Could you imagine if his hat comes off, but the 6-inch line doesn't? But yeah,
it is live for a few more minutes, Blue.
And can he hold the accessory is the question. And he can.
Wow, look at that.
Which way is the wind blowing?
So is that a stick with a genie lamp on it? Or what is that thing on the top? Blurry. Is it a genie lamp?
What do you mean?
On the top. What is that on the top?
It's a flame.
Oh. I'm just messing with you.
So yeah. Oh, and his jacket is
nice.
like, you can move his jacket around. So come to my channel for full review on this figure.
The only thing you won't get to see is him actually opening it.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that'll be the new way to open these figures. Just shake it and see how long. We'll have a timer. See how long it takes to come off card.
A 10-year-old with a torch.
But that, yeah, right. That's actually pretty cool that you can take them off like that.
See,
it'd be
G-Force
awesome.
is saying, hold on. G-Force is saying, who's letting a 10-year-old have a torch? And I'm saying, like, yeah, in today's world, you probably wouldn't give a torch to a 10-year-old. But like 40 years ago, a 10-year-old would be going and wrapping like stuff around a stick, sticking it in the gasoline that was left in the garage, and then lighting it up and using it as a torch to walk down the street at night. Because 40 years ago, the 10-year-olds would get on their bike and ride 17 miles away from their house and go search through the caverns at the base of the mountains. But today,
without a helmet.
Yeah, but today there's no way that would happen.
So there you go. Vern, put that in your title. Short round unboxing, and see how many views you'll get.
It's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything.
How's that look? Nice and blurry.
Blurry. It looks really blurry. All right.
Is there any way to fix that?
Yeah, you got to adjust the focus on your camera.
I don't know how that is. There a you can't adjust this.
I don't know either. I bet you do that all the time during your live streams. Like, hey, let me show you this really blurry. Hey, look at that. That's Indiana Jones. Look, Indiana Jones, everybody. That's really cool, huh?
Here, let's guess. Tell me which X-Men character this is.
Oh, here you go. Look. Short round. Hand me the... Oh, hold on. Hand me the torch.
Is it working?
Hold on. Hand me the torch.
Nice.
Here, let me give it back to you. Let me give it back to you.
Wow. The magic of YouTube.
All right, everybody. I think we're pretty much got to be done after that. Yeah. We appreciate you watching the Toy Duo, and thanks for everybody who showed up and participated in the chat with the hot or not section, giving us their opinions, siding with Dino in every argument about vintage toys, and that's the way it should be.
Don't you want to know what I get coming up?
Not really, because I'm sure you got live streams, short videos, toy hunts, and a short round review.
No, right? This was the review.
Okay, but I'm sure there'll be another short round review anyways coming up. But it is fun to like hang out just for a few hours. And Dino, I appreciate you showing up and hanging out with me this week.
Definitely was fun.
I'll put you back in the picture. I won't ever publish the picture of that I cut you off.
I know. I know your sense of humor by now. I know your sense of humor.
Did you notice that it was like creeping on? I kept moving.
You should have made it. Yeah, you should have made it like Back to the Future. How I'm starting to fade away.
Oh, darn it! Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. But anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it, and we will see you next week on the Toy Duo. And now a word from our sponsor. It's Luke and Leia, and they run around, and you can play with them, unless your parents tell you you're too old to play with toys, and you ask them, well, why did you buy me these in 1977 if you don't want me playing with them still? Anyways, there's a solution. If you're all grown up and toys are not for you, here's some enamel pins from West Coast Graphics. They remind you of those vintage figures of back in the day, and you know what? When nobody's looking, you can pull them off your jacket and go, hey, Leia, let's go! And the ships come in these fantastic boxes that you can fold out. And here's the one for Boba Fett's infamous enamel spaceship. This is the pin. It looks fantastic. You could put it on your jacket. But like I said, when nobody's looking, you could fly those ships around. So remember, get your enamel pins with these awesome card backs and these fantastic pins that double as toys. But don't tell your